Yo, 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 hello.
Sorry guys, we're getting used to our new setup as you can
Don't
see.
be sorry. Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're listening. Hello and welcome to episode 122 of, I was going to say, Don't Believe the Hype. Hype and then some in the building.
Yeah,
now,
bruv.
speaking of buildings, as you can see, if you're on YouTube Town, hello, welcome.
New location, new location, new location.
We are very, very excited. No. We are very, very excited to be here in this new space. Shout out to the Cube providing us with the ever most comfortable comfort.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. All you guys in West London, yeah, this place is better than your place. This place is better than your place.
I'm not gonna lie, this is definitely an upgrade in so many ways.
Lavish.
So we're living life here and we're very happy to be here. So thank you to the Cube once again.
Yes.
Let's get started. Hello everybody and welcome to episode 122 of Hype and Then Some. Introductions please. I'm Kesi aka Kesi Boogie in the cut. What it do?
Yeah, them two just over there self-shooting. It's Mr. Tariba Shami T for damn well nasty live and direct.
And it's Mr. MBT, the world boss. I'm sitting next to the self-snitch.
Oh.
Anyway, let's get started with today's episode straight in. Please, por favor.
But for what?
Por favor. Okay, guys, you know it, you love it. It is time for Tables, Trainers.
Trainers table. Watcha!
Right. Well, to those who are listening and only listening, it will do you well to come on down to the YouTube town where you can see these trainers in a word.
In a real life.
But in case you don't make it down here, that's quite all right. I'm always happy to describe it to you. So we're going straight in, guys. As you can see by the title, we've got a topic on our minds, things that we want to talk about regarding a particular brand. And so we want to honor that brand in today's Tables Trainers because we feel like it's important to show what they have done that is so iconic and what seems to be the inspiration for a lot of other brands.
Yep.
Starting off strong to the right of us, we have, this is the Air Jordan 1 steady now. Air Jordan 1, Lost and Found, a new classic, I guess. This is Tobi's pair. Tobi, want to talk about it?
Is it a new classic or old classic?
I think it's a new classic.
Reimagined.
So it would be new?
No.
Okay.
Old classic, just reimagined. But this is Jordan 1 Lost and Found. This is the Chicago colorway. One of the best Jordan 1s to ever come out. Ever. It's beautiful, it's delicious. I love them.
Better than the breads.
Yes. By far.
I think they're better than the breads by a
Best
mile.
Jordan 1 to come out.
By a mile. I agree.
What? The originals or this one?
This one. Well, what do you mean the original? As in the original pair?
Yeah.
I don't know about
Because the original pair didn't have the cracking.
Well, it's the best Jordan 1 to come out.
All right, cool. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay. Moving swiftly on to the left of us, we have... this is not a moment. This is the Air Max 95 EX Kim Jones. This was his take on the Volt Air Max 95 is a cult classic. This is Michael's pair. MBT, do you want to talk about it a bit more?
Yeah.
Before you do,
Yes,
this is exactly what happens when you can't get the original OG.
I think
Says you with the reimagined
Even.
classic.
Can you-
Get lost,
no
get
one can
lost,
get the
get lost.
95s.
Get
Do you know
lost,
what-
get
No one
lost,
can
get
get the
lost.
1985s.
Toby, let me tell you something.
Not
because
one person
What
can get
you've
the
done here,
1985s.
is that you've opened your ass.
Wow.
One, you couldn't get the originals. Two, you couldn't get the originals of the bread, so you had to take the patent off. So you've done it 2 times. Anyway, in regards to this trainer right here, yeah, look at you. Anyway, in regards to this trainer right here, I actually prefer this to the original OGs.
Okay.
I think it looks better.
That's what
I like
people
it.
say when they can't get it. But
Huh? What
Isn't that what you said about the Lost and Found?
Boy.
original can't get what?
No, that's what he said about the bread.
Original can't get say what?
Huh?
Anyway,
you can't get original
what do you
shit.
think about the pair, MBT?
Yeah, I love the trainer.
Yeah, I love
It comes in clutch when it needs to. Like everyone has stated here, I tried to get the original pair, and then luckily Kim Jones did his own vision of the Air Max 95s, the OGs. But like I said, I actually prefer this. I really like it, and yeah, it's staying in the collection. It's already an OG anyway in my eyes.
Fantastic. Let's move swiftly on the pedestal today. This doesn't get a
This does not get no.
Now, usually this is me, Kesi, aka Case Boogie, aka Air Force One is my favorite trainer of all time in the building.
This looks like a
Yeah,
sack of potatoes.
but this particular one, this is the Nocta CLB Air Force One, which came out, 2 months ago?
Boy, and
Toby
it
wore
looks,
them. It looks like it's a 2012
Let's not say Toby wore them.
OG.
You've worn yours.
Mine still look
You're
fresh,
right.
though.
You're
Okay.
right. But they don't look like this.
That
Come
looks
on.
like
So
what?
soon.
Looks like
Look
what?
at that.
It's
What's
creased.
that?
Yes, it's creased.
And that?
And that's a mark that can be wiped
That's
off.
not a mark. That's
That's
a
a
whole
mark.
scratch.
Toby, that's a
That's a
skid
mark.
mark.
Someone's keyed your shoe. You don't know.
It's a mark and it can be.
It's not a
sorted
mark.
out.
Look at it.
As he's saying it, he's like,
He
oh
said-
my God.
That's a mark. It can be
That's not a
sorted
mark.
out.
It's a whole
Your
scratch.
shoe looks like Scarface.
Don't worry. When I bring it back and you don't see that on there, you
Come on. So soon.
Oh my goodness, Toby. Ghost ride the whip.
Shoe's a shoe. It should be worn.
It should be worn,
That's
not
what
not
happens.
stabbed. Anyway, this Air
Childish.
Force One is it's a classic variation of my favorite trainer of all time for so many reasons. The Triple White Air Force One.
It's the best trainer of all time.
It is the best trainer of all time, and I think Drake didn't do a bad job reimagining it for his brand.
He
so
did a very bad job.
I think the quality has shown itself to be a little bit subpar.
Pants.
But the actual quality of the leather, I think, is great. And I think I like the way it looks, and I love the details enough to not pay it too much mind.
Details, very good. Quality of the trainer, very crap.
I'm inclined to disagree.
Yeah, the tumble. The thing is, I understand what you're saying in regards to tumble leather. Tumble leather is a great material, especially for Air Forces. As we all know, the original Air Forces, 5 wears, 6 wears. Obviously, I'm exaggerating, but you know what I mean. 5 to 6 wears, the trainer's off. Hence
Right.
why tumble leather, it gives you a lot more life in the shoe. But with this right now, look at it. It is tumble leather, and it looks like it has
I
tumble.
think it's just because Toby actually did Humpty Dumpty in these shoes.
No,
I'm
no,
sure
no,
of
no,
it.
Because remember, you
That
said,
scratch.
but
that
no, no,
scratch.
No, no, you
I'm
got
sorry.
no.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to tell us to go back to a few episodes ago when these guys battered and bruised this shoe, and now there's people.
No, you're
sitting here
100%
saying
right.
that
You're
this
100%
shoe is
right.
the cream of
I'm
the
just
crop.
chatting
I
rubbish.
didn't, I
I'm
didn't
just
say it's cream of the
saying.
crop.
No, it's
I'm
me.
just
It's me.
saying,
Casey said I didn't say
No,
that.
somebody
No, absolutely.
battered and bruised this shoe.
No,
a
hold
couple
on.
episodes
I'm
ago,
gonna
but
stand
now
on.
it's
I'm gonna stand on my
okay.
10 toes. What I said from the very beginning. I love the design. I love everything about it. And then I said that the quality folded because I wore it once and I could see the contours of my feet at the front. I thought that was an L. But you have actually scratched the surface. And for that, that is the difference between you and I.
Do you know what's mad?
I don't think it's that bad.
I feel like, obviously we're going to get into this later, but I don't think any silhouette that's like this or any brand that has copied a silhouette like this should ever create this trainer in a tumbled leather. Because the BAPEs that you guys have in the tumbled leather, pants.
The issue is not tumble level. The
No,
issue is just
I don't think
reinforcement.
so.
It's purely just reinforcement in the shoe.
Yeah, agreed.
So what about the BAPEs as well?
But
Again,
you can still
same
have
problem.
a tumble level shoe. Tumble leather shoe.
We're
It's just
poor.
reinforcement.
Yep, agreed.
But this has reinforcements. Look
It
at
does.
do you know a
the firm
perfect
leather
example?
that they put inside
No,
it.
Definitely.
perfect example is the Valentine's Air Force Ones that I got in
Yeah,
2021.
exactly.
They're tumbled and they are the best Air Force Ones that
I
I've
think
ever
that
seen.
was a different tumbled, you know. That one
That's-
isn't
But
tumbled.
it's still
100%.
tumbled.
Yeah,
It's that 90%, no, 70% tumbled.
Anyway, guys, that brings us to the end of a very swift Tables Trainers.
Very nice tables. Watch out.
Ciao.
Anyway, guys, every single week we come with the latest news about what's popular in the culture, fashion, music, and sneaker culture.
Europe.
So, first thing on the list, as I've been talking about the Air Max 95s, we spoke about Cortez's release with Nike, and we've now seen what he's going to release. Now, we put a post out to see what people thought were going to be about the release, and
Yep.
someone said Air Max 95s, and they were correct.
They were indeed.
But once again, it's a crap shoe. I'm going to be honest. I think it's crap. I think it's crap. I don't like the color. I don't like the design. I felt like it was...
On brand.
It was... yes, it was
hit the
on brand. It hit the brief for Cortez.
Yes,
Yes,
facts.
it hit the brief. But in regards to what could have been done, I feel like it was too easy. And maybe that's what maybe he's cult following, that's probably what they like.
Toby?
But for me personally, I think it's a pack of ass.
I think there's a bunch of stuff that shouldn't have been done in that shoe that was done. Leather paneling, that mesh stuff that they put on the top piece. The colorway for me is just not. It just looks like a Action Man shoe. I don't know what they were thinking, but more power to you.
You'll definitely go with a pair of cargos.
I'm happy you got a collab.
Yeah, 100%.
The thing that nobody's called out yet, which I think is the most egregious thing of the whole shoe, is the inward detail. Have you seen it?
No.
It's like a military print,
Really?
like camo print.
On the inside,
You're a bust. Like, why?
Oh, shit.
Why? Why would you do that?
But-
Why is that acceptable?
I think
Wow.
with the Cortez brand,
Cap.
where his logo is of what is it, Alcatraz.
So that's what
Yeah.
that
I thought it was
Yeah.
a fright.
No, it's Alcatraz.
So what? Sorry.
That prison place,
I
Alcatraz.
thought it was a shipping. I thought it was a ship.
No, it's Alcatraz. So
It was a
basically,
mountain.
Lord have mercy.
when I realized that his logo was Alcatraz, I was like, okay, cool, makes sense. You've now linked that. But honestly, the only people that are gonna wear this
It's
are
Alcatraz.
the people that are in the army. And if you're related to the army, then you're gonna wear this. So everybody on street is gonna be doing modern warfare with those Air Max 95s.
Alcatraz is a prison though.
Alcatraz.
Yeah.
Hey.
It's a prison.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been shut down though since.
Has it?
Alcatraz.
Yeah, that place was
Hey.
like Belmarsh.
Probably worse than Belboss.
Yeah, 100%.
Wow, I didn't know that.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, new fact.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's free pack of ass.
Yeah.
The shoe is not nice, guys. Anyone that wants to buy it, feel free to buy it, but it's definitely gonna sell out.
Oh, 100%.
Definitely gonna sell out. Resale value.
Yeah, what do you reckon? Let's do estimations.
$6 bills.
Resale.
Six bills.
$6 bills.
That's scary.
$6
I
bills.
think 450.
How much do you think retail's gonna be?
170. How much is an Air Max 95 generally? They're a bit more pricey. They're not
Air Max
110s
95,
anymore.
100,
160, 180.
Mine, 100 retail. When I bought
Retail.
retail itself was £165.
And they were even a collab. So I would say about 160.
Yeah, 160,
Retail.
170.
Retail.
I'm thinking-
Resale, I'm thinking 350. But the only reason why I'm thinking it won't go too high is because the people who like Cortez are young. So I feel like if they all move right, they could all kind of keep it within a nice price.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll have to.
I'm thinking 250 max.
What
Really?
resale?
I don't think there's resale value.
Do you know?
in the shoe, man.
Do you know the reason why I feel like it's gonna go high?
Mm.
Because of his cult following.
Mhm.
They're not gonna release a huge amount of those trainers, so it's already gonna be limited already.
Yeah, but.
Two, the youngers,
Mm.
I'm not gonna lie, because of how they move already with his drops,
Mm.
if they aren't able to get this, and it's gonna be the younger generation, are gonna.
Funny enough, it's not just the younger generation.
Oh
like,
yeah, no.
it's-
Oh yeah, I've
it's grown
seen.
men too.
Yeah.
Grown men are
I've
running
seen-
for this stuff.
I've seen
So
that this shoe could do it won't do like £1,000, but £500-600 it will do easily.
if I'm honest, there's a shoe that's definitely going to be doing better than that, and it's the next one on the list, the
What's
Tiffany
next on
Air
the
Force
list?
One.
Mm.
You okay there?
Perfect timing,
Yeah.
because that's a pack of ass.
Oh my God.
That shoe is terrible.
All right, let's talk about
Terrible,
the Tiffany Air
terrible,
Force One
terrible.
first.
Let's talk about
That
it.
shoe is the type of shoe that you will see the men in America wear a black suit and wear it to the Grammys or something like
Did
that.
you see LeBron James?
Size
with the
25.
jacket.
But do you know what? What is mad, yeah?
The toe box was doing
Mate,
this.
EU 60.
You look. All I'm gonna say.
25.
All I'm gonna say, because you guys are gonna obviously say your piece. Whoever is getting this trainer and generally says they like this trainer because of the design of the trainer, let me finish. You are all counterfeit.
That's
you know
harsh. That's
no,
harsh.
no, it isn't. Firstly, when have you guys or anyone ever said they liked a suede pair of Air Force Ones? Secondly,
You've got a suede pair of Air Force Ones.
what suede pair?
Part suede and part leather.
Mate, is it fully suede? Is it fully suede? Is
I
it
mean,
fully suede?
let's
And
come
no,
on.
no,
Come
no,
on.
no, 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 no.
Come on.
No, no, no. You can't compare
Okay.
the Tiffany Air Force Ones to the pure platinums. Are you okay? You
All right.
cannot do that.
All
Wait,
right.
I haven't finished.
Okay.
Also, that trainer, after one wear, after one wear and the dust that it will attract, will finish that shoe. But yeah, you guys continue
We
because
now
you
know
guys
we've
are
got
fans of
people
the
that
trainer.
can deal with that approved cleaning services.
Oh,
Come
okay.
on.
Yeah, no,
So
100%.
you got to understand that there's options out there for suede situations. But saying that, I was on your side till I started to see more pictures.
You're a liar.
I was on your side. till
You
I
was
started to see
never
more
on my
pictures.
side.
I was. I didn't like him. When I first saw it, I said, this is two-pack of ass. I said, what are we doing here? This makes no sense. Then I saw real pictures of him. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not bad.
Yeah.
I saw more real pictures of him. I was like, I kind of dig this. I like it a little bit. And I started liking it a little bit more. Now, my reason for liking it, right,
Yeah.
it's purely because I think it's going to be a very, very clean shoe. I think they're going to have the proper structure in that Air Force One.
You're a liar.
I feel like they're gonna have the proper structure in that Air Force One. The little Tiffany hint is not that bad.
You're a liar.
I don't care for the silver block at the back.
This
I
whatsoever.
like it.
I
This
don't care
guy
for this.
is coming from
But-
a reselling point of view.
But no, wait, I'll get to that too. They're saying retail's gonna be about $400. Number one.
ah,
And I remember you were saying, Kesi, you thought it comes with accessories. It doesn't.
It doesn't,
The accessories are an additional $250 to $450.
Yep.
So if you want the lace aglets and all that kind of stuff, the silver
the
aglets,
shoehorn,
that's
all
gonna
of that.
run you about $300.
Okay.
So
It's
you
all
just
silver in it.
yeah, all silver. So I think it's nicely packaged, and I love the box. The box is insane. I love the box. Now, then I saw it on LeBron James's foot. And then I went back. It knocked me back 10 because that shoe on his foot looks
Oh, come on, guys.
so
man.
childish.
And
Okay.
you know he walks on his side.
It looks so childish.
Okay, so this is my thing, yeah. I think, first of all, and
Kesi, man.
listen, Bigfoot people, then we love you still
Oh,
same
100%,
way,
yeah.
But if you want to know what a trainer looks like, it's not good to see it in a super small size or a super big size.
Fair.
You need to see it in like an average size so
Or
you
your
have an
own size.
understanding of proportions and you understand what the shoe is. So LeBron James, unfortunately, is not going to be my example for whether I'm going to like the shoe or not like the shoe.
Right, okay.
However, in saying that, I think maybe very, very first impression, I was like, oh. But then very quickly, I was like, well, hold on now.
There's something
This
here.
can work. And I think more than anything is like people heard Nike and Tiffany and the first thing that they wanted to do was have a triple white Air Force and put a Tiffany blue swoosh on it.
That would have been cold.
No, it would
No,
not.
it
would
would
not-
But
it
no,
definitely
but that's
would
what I'm
not.
saying.
That would have
But
been cold.
But
No.
this is what I'm saying, yeah. When you actually take a second to think about what that would look like, that's not nice, bro. Like,
Nah.
that is even more juvenile to
No.
me than the color that they actually went
So
with.
wait.
So I felt like that was definitely a good option that they didn't go that way. And also was gone.
So an all-white Air Force One, the original Air Force One,
Yes.
leather
Yes.
with the Tiffany blue
No,
tick.
I think that would look
That would have
ridiculous.
looked cold.
You could do
Oh,
it
and,
yourself.
that would
and
look
the
cold.
thing is,
You
and
could
the
do it
thing is
yourself
as well,
too.
yeah, is
That's
that
childish.
like people have put like AI variations of what they would have hoped the Tiffany collab would have looked like, and their shit as well.
Oh,
They're all bad.
Those
Everything is
Diamante
bad.
shoes are terrible.
Oh no, but there were like 4 different
they're like
versions,
different
and they
dunks and
were
stuff,
all
yeah.
bad. And so it brings me to the point where actually, with the colors that exist and the way in which they would have done it, I actually felt like that was very tasteful. I like the suede. I like the silver detail at the back. It's obviously reminiscent of the actual flagship building with the plaque. I thought that was cool. So yeah, I actually really like them. Me personally, obviously, I'm not gonna buy them. They're £400,
Yeah.
but
I can't believe
I think they're cool. I do. I think they're really nice. And I think once people start like wearing them, if that ever happens, like people actually start wearing them and dropping them, you will see what I mean. You will see what I see.
I don't
in them.
I don't see the value in the trainer. Suede. I think it's me looking at it. Actually,
From
no.
a practical sense?
No, I'm looking at it from both. Design, I think it's a pack of ass. Practical sense, it was the worst mistake anyone could ever make. If you got £400 to spend, buy the shoe. You're gonna have 1 or 2 wears because when suede starts to crease, it shows its
Yeah,
side.
that one's gonna like Rumpelstiltskin.
Oh,
But let me be
my-
honest. Diamond Supply and Code Dunks or the Tiffany Air Force Ones? Because you know the Diamond Supply and Code Dunks are supposed
That
to
are the Tiffany
the
Dunks.
Tiffany Dunks.
I prefer those.
I didn't
Those,
like those.
I prefer those.
I didn't
Those
even
were-
like them like
those
that.
were
I'll
cold.
be so real with you.
Those were cold.
I didn't like them.
If these Air Forces weren't suede, but they were black leather, maybe it would have.
Maybe, but the thing is, as well, and another thing I want to see is that the Air Force, is it actually black or is it a really dark grey?
It's black.
No, it's
for
black.
sure.
It's black.
Okay.
black.
Yeah, I still like them.
If it
I
was,
think they're banging,
if it
sorry.
was black leather,
I guess
would have been sold.
I guess the leather. I think the whole idea is the fact that Tiffany's premium and suede is linked more to premium than leather,
100%.
unless it's
Oh,
like
I
a
hear
tumbled
it.
leather.
100%.
And I don't think a tumbled leather with that Tiffany blue.
No,
swoosh
no,
on it.
no.
I did not say tumble
But
leather.
I'm just saying, in terms of keeping it
God
premium,
forbid.
in terms of keeping it premium, they've done what they're supposed to do.
Oh yeah, they hit the brief.
There could have been more dimensions, maybe, but I don't know.
Anyway, next thing on the list is Beyonce released her ticket last week.
Beyonce.
Yep, she released her tickets last week, and
Beyonce.
guess what?
Uh-oh.
It wasn't last week. It was this week.
When I'm releasing this.
Doesn't matter. We never do it like that. Anyway, fine. To those listening, okay, it was last week, but the fight was this week. It was
How can
mere
you say
days
the
ago.
fight?
It was a fight. It was a fight.
Hundreds of
Did you
thousands.
try and get some tickets?
Oh yeah, about 15 minutes after it went live.
And
I
that's
missed it. I
fine.
was
You
in a
probably could have
meeting.
got tickets.
I was in a meeting at the time. It was terrible.
I feel like there are a lot of people, yeah, I'm talking as a snob, as someone that got tickets a
Sorry.
number of times. I'm talking
We said
as
a number of
somebody.
times.
She had to make it
I
clear.
got yes, I have to be clear. I had the opportunity to buy tickets 3 times. I only bought it once
Wow.
because obviously
not a
being
reseller.
smart. But so what happened was, guys, the tickets came out at 10 a.m. I got my first ticket at 11. I was 190 something thousand in the queue. I just sat there, waited. I saw it through, and I got my tickets. The lesson that I learned from that thing is that, listen, when it's your time, it's your time.
Sigh.
It doesn't matter if you're far behind. When it's your time, it's your time.
So done.
So I'm very, very excited to be seeing Beyonce this coming May.
Where are you sitting in Tottenham Stadium? Are you in the rafters? Up in
I'm
the
not.
sky?
I'm actually not in the nosebleed seats.
With
I'm
Baba God and
I'm
the
not, I'm-
angels.
To those that know the map,
With Gabriel and
my
St.
block,
Michael's.
my block is 250 something. So that's like, and it's like one of the first 10 rows. So I'm like the front of my block.
Okay, cool.
So I'm good.
All right. No
Yeah,
worries.
I'm not far.
No, that's
Yeah,
good.
Shout out to y'all going to see Beyonce. I've been hearing that she's a terrible performer though. So
I don't know where you heard that
I'm
from.
joking.
no,
I've seen
she-
Beyonce once in my life. I don't need to see it again.
Do you know what? Even as you said that, yeah, I'm not like to myself.
Would
I
you
would-
want to see Beyonce?
Yeah, I would like to at least see her once,
Bro, she's amazing.
but I can't do the.
There's only
Oh,
so much you could listen to in terms of Halo. And
Yeah, but she's not gonna do Halo in that like
you know,
that,
she'll do
man.
Halo at some point.
I doubt it. Maybe a quick one in and out, but she doesn't go that far back now. She doesn't need to.
And
Well,
what
she
about-
does.
what's
That's a lie.
so how far back is she gonna go? Lemonade.
No, the thing is, that's a lie. She will go that far back,
Mm.
but obviously now that she's got more
Soldier?
music, yeah, she might do.
Has to.
Yeah, but she might do. But the
Case
thing is,
to you.
obviously now that she's got more music, she might not play a Halo. We might maybe get like a Sweet Dreams.
Ooh.
I love Sweet Dreams. I hope I hear Sweet Dreams.
Bang,
But yeah,
bang.
she'll pick some from those albums. She'll do the classics for sure.
So
I need a Soldier of Lil
What from
Wayne.
new music are you looking forward to
Oh
seeing?
my God.
Is there anything that you're really looking forward to seeing?
From the new album, I can't wait to see her performance to Cuff It. Like how she turns that into a. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
We gon' fuck up the night.
Oh, okay.
Lord.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll look nuts.
The way she's
I can
gonna
see
do
that'll
it,
look nuts.
it's not just about how good the song is, yeah. It's about how she's gonna turn it into a performance. So there's that. Heated. America Has a Problem. I'm actually so
What's wrong
excited.
with this one?
Me and
I used to listen to Beyonce. I don't listen to Beyonce anymore.
at least with this album,
That's
yeah.
the thing.
When
with
you
this
man were listening to
album-
Beyonce, I was listening to Sarkodie.
What?
Speaking of that guy, yeah, when we were all fighting for Beyonce tickets, someone was like, "Oh my God, the Sarkodie ticket, brother!" read the room.
They
They
came
said-
out at the same time.
yeah, they were like, "Guys, it's sold out in 11 minutes." My nigga, read the room. We don't care about Sarkodie,
What's sarcasm?
please.
Lord have mercy.
Anyway, very excited. Ha.
Wow, that's wild. Okay, yeah. Shout out
I-
to you going to see Beyonce. I can't lie.
I'm
Have
very
fun.
excited.
Have fun.
Thank you.
That's
Good
it.
times.
Anyway, next thing on the list is Nike is suing another person once again. Actually, they're suing 2 people. One
everyone.
is BAPE. This feud has been going on for a very long time.
Yeah, well, we think it has. It does. It looks like it's just started.
No, it started in 09.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nike went to them.
But we're not gonna
we're not
talk
gonna
about
talk
it
about that
too
now.
So
much.
we're just gonna just say Nike is suing BAPE and Nike is suing
Lululemon.
Lululemon.
All I can
Yeah.
say is, yeah, guys, everyone out there, be careful. Don't walk into a Nike store because they will slap you with a suit. Straight
Oh,
away.
boy.
Don't
They will
act
look at you and
crazy.
say,
Boy.
"You go get it today."
You too.
Every single brand is getting it. Adidas is gonna get sued. Vans is gonna get sued. Louis Vuitton, you better keep your ass tight.
Do you know who needs to keep their ass tight? Amiri. We coming for you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah!
They up next.
Oh, because they went. Did they go for Saint Laurent at one time?
I feel like they've got over the color
Because of the
shoes.
colorway. They're coming for you, nigga.
Yeah. We coming for
They're
you.
coming for you, nigga.
Yeah.
Wait,
Damn.
did they sue Odell Beckham Jr. or did Odell Beckham sue them?
Oh no, Odell
Odell
Beckham Jr.
Jr.
It's just a crossfire.
He said
Yeah.
it looked too much like.
Yeah. No. That
Yeah, chill.
Odell Beckham. That was a shit.
was a
That was
Easy.
his fault.
Yeah,
I
it
can't
was.
lie. He designed a terrible shoe, and he thought they were gonna pay him for that shit.
No.
That's your
Do you
own
know-
business.
do you know what's so mad?
Pay me for
No,
what
no,
you
no,
said.
no, no, bad business.
For.
Let me
Bad
Let me
business.
tell you something here about Odell Beckham, yeah, and all you guys that follow Odell Beckham.
Does anyone follow Odell?
No,
Beckham?
a lot of people follow him. A lot of people follow him for his style. He has no style.
Wow.
And that is the reason why the shoe didn't sell.
I think they even
That shit
created.
was-
Did they create a new silhouette for him essentially?
Mate, I remember-
Yeah, I think
It
so.
was a new silhouette.
Yeah,
I
it was
remember when
something
they
weird.
did trainer shopping or what's it called sneaker shopping, and he was like, "Yeah, my trainer. That trainer was a pack of ass.
Damn, man.
Was a pack of ass. You should have known when you saw his cleats. You should have known.
I hate the word cleats.
You should have known. You should have known because those shoes were ugly.
Anyway, another thing that's a pack of ass is this UK economy.
Oh my goodness.
I
Cry
can't
me
lie.
a river.
Every time I see a post about the UK economy, it just like it's just hitting me each and every single time.
Really? Bah.
Yeah, no, it's nuts. It's nuts. So just to give you guys a bit of context, interest rates have gone up. Inflation has gone up.
Not as much as they said they would.
Oh, no.
Oh, God, Lee, lucky us.
As everyone keeps saying,
No.
not as much as they said they would.
Base rates have gone to 4%.
Not as much as they said they would.
No. So what has happened is that inflation's gone up, interest rates have gone up even more.
Not as much
Okay,
as they said
wait.
they would.
So last year, the economy, or should I say the government, said that interest rates had the possibility to reach X. Yeah? They're now telling us that it didn't reach X, it has come below X. But there's still,
what's just
but
below
wait.
X? What, why?
Wait. But wait. There's a possibility that it could still go there, they said, by the end of the year. So, what we're trying to say, guys.
What does this mean for the average person?
Oh,
Pissed. That's what it
everything is going up in price.
Everything now double. But
Anything that double.
Not in the way you think it is.
Jesus, that was not part of the prayer.
I can tell you right now, yeah, what made me laugh here is that Dad got his Scottish Power bill recently. And they put some dumbass message there, like, oh yeah, it was expected that UK household bills would be on an average of 3.5k, but because of the new gas prices, they're going to be reduced, not tremendously, but it's going to be reduced to 3k. I said, you guys are assholes. They said, compared to, this is still higher than what it was back in 2019 or
Of
so, or
course.
2020, when they said that it was on average 1,500. I said it doubled.
Yeah.
It doubled, and he said because we're getting a saving of £500, we should be joyous. We should be thanking you.
Do you know what? Let me just give everyone a bit more context, yeah. So in regards to what Toby's saying, yeah, the government, the UK government gave everyone kind of like a relief. They gave everyone some discounts on their electricity bills, but little did we know they were ready for the storm. So what they said is that we're going to reduce the cost right now so you guys can save your coins.
Yeah.
But you know what? Everyone spent their coins.
Yeah.
And now in April, everything's shooting back up.
Everything shoots
Gas,
back up, man.
water that I thought wasn't going to go up, they sent a little message, and the message was so sweet. It was like, just to let you know, it's going up in April.
I don't know, man. They're even talking about a mini recession. They're talking about this. They're talking about that. I saw something about the UK supposedly post-COVID being one of the main developed countries in the world is going to be hit the worst after COVID.
Yes.
I just saw so much stuff. But ultimately, all I'm saying is that focus on yourself, guys.
Yeah, 100%.
You'll get through it. It's
100%.
fine, you know.
Do you know what my thing is, yeah?
Drink a cup
And
of tea.
maybe I speak for someone out there that's like me.
In the world.
I just don't even really be reading the news. I don't watch the news. I
You
don't.
just allow everything to just happen.
The thing is, allowing it to happen, you are not in a different predicament from me because you know what interest rates mean. We are still paying the bill. So I don't want to know. Just let me adjust my direct debit bill and go from there, bruv.
Do you know what? I get what you're saying, but in a way, it doesn't. Like you said, because I'm watching it or reading it, doesn't make my situation any different to yours.
Yes.
But what it enables people that do listen to it is
It's a plan ahead.
plan ahead. And that's what it is.
Yeah, I hear that. The planning ahead part is important, I guess. It's always good to have somebody like yourself that
Shut
is
up.
around. I'm being so serious. I'm being really serious.
I thought I was the scapegoat.
No, it's always really good to have somebody like that. Me, unfortunately, I'm not that way inclined because I don't need, like,
the stress.
it's very intimidating to hear, like, this, and you have nowhere to go. Like, I know I'm not going to move. I'm not going to leave the city. I'm not going to leave the UK. I'm not doing that. We're not going to write it.
Yeah.
That's now against the law. So it's like, I feel very stuck. And so there's no point in me like listening to how stuck I am every morning.
And that's the thing. My dad would always say to us, like, oh, you guys don't even watch the news. You guys don't watch the
No,
news.
I'm not trying to hear that,
Do you
mate.
see what's going? Do you see what's been in the news for the past 3
please,
years?
man. It's all right. It's all right.
Trauma.
It's okay. It's actually okay.
Every single year. I'm tired.
I'm privy enough to get at least 6 months notice to know, guys, we're going into shit. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
6 months is fine. It will get to me. I'll find out about it. But going to the news to go and hear that information, you can miss
It's
me with
mad
that.
because
I beg you.
when they said, out of all the countries right now,
All the developed countries,
in 2000, even at 2026, the UK would not have developed. Like, it's going to regress, not progress.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we all
bring out the violins, guys, because
We're
that
here
ain't
for
my portion. Fuck the
Wait.
UK.
Focus on yourself. We're still going to do.
You're saying fuck the UK, but you're
Well,
not
shiny.
leaving.
But
Yeah.
you know what? No, I can still say fuck the UK. The reason why
True.
is because no matter what country you're in, you can still say. Do you know how many people in the US say fuck the US?
Also, minor update. Just to say, if you shop at Amazon Fresh, when you walk out the store, you're not stealing. They will charge you.
Yeah.
Minor
What
update.
did you hope for?
I didn't see myself getting charged when I left the store, so I thought, okay, I've stolen.
This was the first time me and Tobi went Amazon Fresh. Walked in there, got the
that's
app.
why I got the notification. It was you,
Yeah.
man. Oh.
I didn't know what was
Shit,
going
anyway.
on.
So we scanned it now. So we scanned it, walked inside the shop. Me and Tobi asked the woman, so how do we do this? She said, you just pick it up and walk out.
See, this is the thing about being black here in the UK. I'm actually scared. Even when you're allowed to just pick up the stuff and walk
Yeah.
out, I'm still scared that I'm stealing.
Committing
Yeah.
a crime.
So that's
Yeah,
what I was
yeah,
thinking.
yeah.
Like, you're being serious. If I pick this up right now, I could just leave the store.
Can you put this down on paper?
What if you don't have an Amazon account?
You can't get in.
You can't get in.
Yeah, so you have to scan. So you have to scan a QR code before you get in, and then you pick up your stuff and you walk straight out. That's
What
it.
if I'm next to somebody that scanned theirs and like as I pick mine up and they pick theirs up, they picked up something that was £20, I picked up £3,
So
and I get charged.
I haven't tried that yet, but
haven't
what I
tried
did
that yet.
try and do is pick up fast and see if it doesn't recognize it. It definitely recognized
Yeah.
it. When I walked out,
By
I
the
saw
time,
notification,
it's not even
yes.
that. No, it's not even that. By the time we had got back to the podcast studio, they had charged us.
Ding, ding.
Yeah,
Yeah. But no, it's a cool concept.
Cool
They-
system.
They had plant-based banana bread.
Really nice. But
Really
you're not
nice.
really stealing, by the way. You will get charged. At
Yeah,
some
you
point.
will. They
Yeah.
look.
But
Steve
if you
Jobs.
do want to steal from the UK at a time like this,
Yes, I don't blame.
no
you.
one will judge.
Not at all.
I hear
Rub
that.
it any way you
I hear
can.
I heard security guards are even helping people out nowadays. So
100%.
Sure.
do
That's
your
it.
thing.
Anyway, next thing on the list, Prada has been named the hottest brand in 2021. No, 2021, 2022. Sorry, guys. Bit
So-
behind.
Interesting. It's interesting that I heard that because I'm not the guy that's in high fashion like that. Obviously, Prada is a high fashion brand.
Yeah.
But I didn't really see it as much in 2022 as I thought it as to be named the hottest brand. But obviously, that's amongst the elite and the people that wear high fashion
Yeah.
constantly. And you know, a lot of Prada stuff are very discreet. Now, a lot of
Yeah.
Prada stuff, you wouldn't instantly notice that it's Prada unless you see the
Yeah.
sign on it. So, but then again, even saying that, I feel like there's a lot of other brands that probably could have got this title last
Yeah.
year.
Like what?
So
Loewe,
and just to say,
Marni.
it is Q4, not the whole year.
Q4 of last year.
Q4 of last year.
See, that's not making any sense to me. I didn't
Yeah.
see Prada like that. In fact, I saw Bottega more than I saw Prada.
But do you know what? Yeah, even though Bottega was out like that, I don't think even last year, 2022, I would have called Bottega the hottest brand of 2022.
Q4 at the very
No, they
least.
weren't.
I was seeing people wearing suits. I was seeing it more on the runway.
Bottega,
Yeah.
that was 21.
The only person I saw wearing a suit
was
was
not
Michael
22.
Dapper, and that was it, man.
I saw people
that suit
wearing
didn't even
wearing
fit him.
Bottega suits.
Let it go, mate.
No, I would never let that
I'll,
go.
I'll definitely say Loewe was a lot louder to me than Prada was,
But
in
would
my
you say you're a
opinion.
bit biased because that's
No,
what you was looking at all
no,
the time?
no. I think between Diesel and Loewe,
Like,
I
Diesel?
just Miu Miu as well. I didn't think Prada was making that much noise,
Mm.
unless they're including Miu. No, they wouldn't have. So I just don't know.
Part of Prada, isn't
Yeah,
it?
but they would have regarded them separately. So I'm a bit confused by that. But hey,
I think it depends on the market. I think because we're focusing on streetwear, I feel like that's what we get more insight on.
I wasn't
but I-
focusing on streetwear.
But I'm talking what you saw more of Loewe and Miu Miu in high fashion.
100%, 100,000%, mate.
I don't think so.
I don't
I wouldn't
agree.
say
I
that.
saw a lot of people wearing it. I wouldn't say it was
I
part
wouldn't
of high
say
fashion
that.
like that.
So
I
when
think
we're
it's just
saying
more
hot,
popular.
when you're talking about a hot brand, what is that in reference to?
I think that's based on your perspective. So if
No,
you're
no, no,
talking
no. Sorry. I mean, the list itself. When they say like hot
Oh,
brand,
okay, I
what
don't
is
know.
that in
I don't know
reference
what
to?
that was
if,
referencing.
if it's not down to people wearing it.
That's
Maybe
what I
it's
wasn't
not,
too
you
sure.
know. Maybe it's not. We need to find out what the what's it called? The criteria is for it.
Or the demographic that they're looking at.
Maybe.
Okay.
More
Did you
to
know
come on that
that
one.
Damson Angels gets Prada for free?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a
Ambassador.
there you go.
Nice.
Shout out to him.
Cheers to him.
Should I just quickly read out the list?
Yeah, let's go.
We'll do
Top 10.
Top 10. Number 1, Prada.
Mm.
Number 2, Gucci. Number 3, Moncler. You see what I mean? Like,
What the
Makes
heck?
sense.
so just I'll give you the rationale. So with Prada, they launched their first fine jewelry collection, and they also named Charlie D'Amelio, I don't know who that is, as the face of Prada Linea Rossa for fall winter 22, and they got a new CEO.
Oh, this is a scam.
Gucci, Alessandro stepped down. They generated a lot of money in revenue in Q3.
Was it a lot?
And they became the first major luxury brand to build their own world in metaverse. So maybe that's what it was. Moncler is number 3. They launched some NFT, so maybe that's why. Miu Miu, they deserve to be there because they were doing loads.
I don't know what Miu Miu was doing.
They were doing bits more for women than men, but they were doing bits. Valentino, that makes sense. Number 5. Number 6, Bottega. Number 7, Loewe. Number 8, Dior. Number 9, Dolce & Gabbana. Number 10, Saint Laurent.
I think the landscape of fashion, as we know, is already changing. Like, before, it used to be clothing, focus, clothing, jewelry, luggage, all of that type of stuff. Now, when we're now hearing metaverse and all this type of stuff, it's now changing the landscape of it now. And I'm just like,
I think most of that is just based off revenue, really and truly. If they're going to be talking about the metaverse and stuff like that, it's definitely got to be based off revenue. Can't be anything else.
Or maybe the way brands are adapting to the way things are now.
It's more of what Michael said, yeah. So the other brands, their revenue is high, but the main thing is around how they were able to adapt into different spaces and enter different spaces.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So,
Interesting.
yeah.
No, that's dead, man.
Shout out there, man. I don't know about that top 5, but
Boy,
heard it.
someone that's definitely never going to be in the top 5 is Pierre Moss.
Ooh.
So I didn't actually get to read the article. Every time I tried to read it,
We're going to tell you.
Please, go.
So, there was an article released about Pierre Moss, the
It was
rise...
by the cut.
By the cut? Yep, they cut him out of the industry. The rise and fall of Pierre Moss.
I just want to say that your damn whatevers, they remind me of Alan Sugar. And I'm sick of it.
Do you know,
mate.
I'm happy that you aligned me with Alan Sugar. I don't mind that.
No, because you know what Alan Sugar does? Yeah, he's really old man. He'll sit there and be like, this is hot. He'd be like, yeah.
Hot
well,
like
hot
the
like
stove.
my
I'm
tea.
gonna and everyone has to laugh because they want the
And
investment.
he'll be sitting there after, he's like, yeah.
I said the
my
cut.
tea.
They cut him out.
That's even something we'd even talk about. Have you been watching?
I haven't watched the last episode.
Oh, mate.
I'll get to it.
It's
Don't worry.
terrible.
I'll get to it.
Anyway, so Pierre Moss, who, as you may or may not know, started the... No, sorry. His name is not Pierre Moss. His name is
Kirby, sorry.
Jean Raymond. And he created the brand Pierre Moss. I
Yes.
always do that. Anyway, so...
I know it's Pierre Moss.
to those who know a bit more about his story, I'll give brief context, but I would definitely recommend you to read the article for sure. So Kirby is the owner of the brand Pierre Moss, and he started that brand many years ago. Didn't have much of a fashion background, very similar to Virgil. Just kind of like went off inspiration and what he wanted to do. A big part of his brand was based on the story that he wanted to tell and like the message that he wanted to convey. So there was a lot of like, I'm trying to be diplomatic. There was a lot of like,
she said,
Gabagoo. There's a lot of
picture of you doing this.
I was so gone that day. Anyway, Pierre Moss. So a lot of his designs were based off of the I want to do this based off of the Black Lives Matter movement from George Zimmerman and I can't even remember the person that he killed.
Trayvon.
Was it Trayvon?
Trayvon Martin.
I'm not sure. I
can't remember.
I don't know if it was that.
Anyway, it wasn't George Floyd. Yeah, it was. It wasn't George Floyd. It was. I'm pretty sure it was the Trayvon Martin situation. I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah.
So anyway, one of his collections started off of the impact of that, and like I think if I'm right, the first collection had like plain white Doc Martens that said like, you know, I
Whatever
can't breathe, and like the impactful statements and stuff like that. Got picked up, did amazing, got major investments from people within the Kering group, and he won the CFDA award, which is an award that fashion designers get. And when you win that, you get 400K plus like massive like mentoring and da-da-da. Basically, he was set up.
He was set up correctly.
He was set up so well, and this article just really
showed his true colors.
It showed his downfall.
Oh, serious?
Mate.
It's bad.
Was it personal traits or?
Yeah.
It definitely.
It was down to that.
It was definitely down to how he operated the business, and I think while I don't want to spoil it too much because I really do want you guys to go and read it. It's definitely about. Pierre Moss was created off the back of his like emotions and off of like the impact of said situation.
Yeah.
And as far as the infrastructure of the business and how the business was run, it was run in the same way. It was very personal. It was very emotional. It was like he was firing people in his team that were needed to get jobs done because he felt like he couldn't trust them.
Yeah.
Like he wouldn't invite certain people to meetings. Like, a project manager wouldn't get invited to a meeting that he needed to be involved in because he was like, I don't know if I can trust him. But he's like, I need to be in the meeting or I can't do my job. He would spend a lot of the money on cars, clothes.
Yeah. So there was a time when both of us. Do you still follow him?
Yeah.
There was a time when he did one large event, and it was like I don't know, like there was a bunch of artists there, and it was like a dark event that he did, and he was dancing and doing karaoke and all that type.
Yeah.
It was then that was the downfall of his brand.
So he would be like throwing parties and stuff, and I think one of the biggest things that might have been a nail in the coffin was he was invited to the Paris Haute Couture week. And Kering had like set him up nice. It's a real honor to be invited to a situation like that. And usually you are at the very least 6 months is what you need to create, prepare. He started 2 months before the date of the launch, and even the night before the show, his designers were still sewing things together because they were just like start and stop. And anyway, that show was absolutely pants.
Terrible.
I think I remember that show.
And
it was when the girl was dressed in like a traffic light dress. Yeah, disaster. So yeah, it's a really emotional read. I'm actually gonna go and reread it because the way that they've outlined it, it definitely speaks to some bigger topics around like Kirby felt a sense of pressure because he felt like he had to do it for all black people. He had to do it for his people, especially because that was the theme of like a lot of his collections.
His brand was tied to a theme, was tied to a specific moment in time.
Yeah.
Okay. And when that moment in time had
passed or wasn't interesting to people,
obviously everyone's gonna just fall out from it because that's not a timeless.
But similarly, at the same time, it was, of course, when the phase changes, you've got to be able to adapt.
100%.
But also like. People weren't interested, fine, but he was still stuck on that.
Yeah.
And like, so the next collection that he wanted to do, which is the traffic light one, the theme of that was supposed to be like, it was supposed to be things that black people had invented but hadn't received credit for, like the traffic light, like peanut butter, whatever.
It could have worked very well. It's just
it could have worked, but you were so focused on the theme and not focused on the execution, not focused on the things that you're not necessarily like super well versed in. And
I mean, I feel like this is the thing with the fashion world now. I feel like this is where you've got to be very careful with. I'm trying to be careful with what I'm trying to say, but you got to be careful with who you're labeling as a fashion designer and who you're labeling as someone that is a creative. Yeah, 'cause I feel like fashion designers, they really do put their all into this stuff. Like they live and breathe it. And you have a creative that might have an idea that's a really good idea, and it's like, okay, cool, I can do this, I can do that. Put that together, and then that time passes, it's on to the next thing. I really would put him more in the creative category because I'm going off stuff like from his Puma collection because he had a collaboration with Puma for a very long time. Reebok, sorry, not Puma, Reebok. He had a collaboration with Reebok for a very long time. And a lot of the stuff that he was bringing out, I kept on looking at it sideways because I'm just like, this is not something which I would see selling. You get what I mean? There was a lot of stuff which I thought, okay, cool, like this is something that's very creative, like the shoes that he did with Reebok, very creative, but I don't see it being something which is going to take off. And I never really saw anything in his collection as something that will take off.
And even saying that was one of the biggest things that they said as well, which was that he would create all of these pieces that would be on runway shows and stuff, and he would never have them ready for to sell. Like there was a collaboration that he did with Sean John, and the only thing that came out from that line was a t-shirt, and even the t-shirt, like not many, a lot of people's orders weren't fulfilled. And like someone said that the quality control for the line was so bad that they couldn't bring out a lot of stuff because there wasn't a consistent level of quality throughout. So it just goes to show that there's definitely more to fashion than being creative, and there's more to running a business than to about.
I think a lot of people appoint new CEOs and stuff like that. Yeah, but chairmen of their business.
There's two things that I've taken from his story is he just didn't know how to act in this situation.
Agreed.
Okay. I can tie his story. I can compare his story to Ruiji. Yeah. Okay. Where they both did whatever they did.
Ruiji is the owner of Rude.
Got a lot of funding, got a lot of money from their initial concept, which went out, blew up, and you spend everything because obviously you come from nothing, and you've now got everything, and you spend it. Yeah. Now, okay, in that situation, you're back to zero. What do you now do now? And I feel like his situation, he didn't know how to adapt, and that's where Kesi was obviously talking about. you having the right people around you, and he just didn't know how to act.
Yeah.
2 was in regards to what you're saying in regards to the creative thing. I wouldn't say that he's not a fashion designer. He just didn't do the things that he was supposed to do for him to develop as a fashion designer. Like, for example, Luigi, after that first release of the bandana t-shirts, which kicked off and stuff like that, and then he spent all the money on cars and all those watches and all that type of stuff. He went back to zero, found a new approach, which was pre-orders, which meant people were able to pre-order. He got the funding to pay for what he had to do. Then he also paid to do courses and stuff for him to develop himself as a fashion designer. He didn't do those type of things, or didn't have the right people around him, or the people that were supposed to be around him to do that. He was just shoving them away and didn't trust them. So, yeah, honestly, I wouldn't... It was his own. I would say it was his own demise.
Yeah. I definitely like to have a conversation like this with either a fashion designer or somebody that's in the industry to kind of talk about the ins and outs of that. But until then, maybe we should move on. Should we not do? I don't know. What do you want to talk about?
I don't want to talk about Love Island, man. I don't want to talk about Love Island.
Maybe next week.
So, guys, next thing on the list is we was informed, or should I say, I was informed that somebody owns Shade Bar or has. An involvement in Shade Brower.
Yes.
Wait. Accusations.
Okay, all right.
It hasn't been confirmed.
Okay.
Allegedly.
Somebody has put their money where their mouth is, literally.
Yeah,
100%. Has put their money where their mouth is. And that is T.E. Jakes.
Bishop.
Yes.
Bishop. The Bishop.
So there's been rumor, there's been conversations stemmed from TikTok, which I do believe is a very, very, very reliable source. I feel like when people get into their nosy bag, I'm telling you, TikTok is up there. Okay, I'm finding out a lot of things from there. Anyway, so there's a lot of talk explaining that TD Jakes has a stake or is somewhat financially invested in the Shade Room. I'm sure I don't need to explain what the Shade Room is, but to those who don't know, it's essentially a gossip blog / Instagram account. Yes, they share news. Yes, they share motivation and da-da-da-da-da. But ultimately, the premise of the site, of the page, of the account is to spread gossip. Facts. And TD Jakes is exactly that. He is a bishop. And I want to get you guys' thoughts.
Boy.
He is obviously very wealthy. And TD Jakes has... What's his ministry?
Something else. I can't remember.
I'm not sure.
I can't remember what it's called.
All I'm going to say is one of the biggest churches in the world.
It's up there. It's a mega church, as they call it.
It's a mega church.
It's a mega church. He's been successful with a number of books. Women Thou Art Loose, I think, is his... Potter's House.
Mad.
Very, very successful. I think he's since given it to his daughter.
No. Her husband has an extension to Potter's House. I don't think he's given it to her.
He gave us something just recently. I think it was the Women Thou Art Loose session or something like that. We'll come back to it. Anyway,
there was something that wasn't given to someone in that family.
But
I suppose it allegedly was taken.
Yeah, what's that then?
A kid.
Excuse me?
You didn't hear about that, did you?
Oh, anyway. So what do you think about this? Let me tell you what I think about this.
Tell me.
A bishop, a man of God. Yep. There is a Bible verse where it talks about how people should not gossip and should watch the words that come out of their mouth. Can you believe the words that are coming out of my mouth right now?
What are you saying?
I'm saying he should not have invested in this company. It doesn't look good from his part, especially as a man of God. And like I said, there are Bible verses which states that you shouldn't really be gossiping. You shouldn't be talking in a specific way. And this guy has invested in a brand that does all of that. Okay. So...
Accusations.
No, but I'm saying it based on the accusation. Yeah. So if he has done that, he shouldn't be doing that. I think suspect.
One of the main arguments that I saw was that he's a man of God that runs a church, and the Shade Borough really promotes a lot of negative stuff.
Oh yeah, 100%.
About celebrities, there isn't really much. As you said, they do positive stuff on occasions.
Yeah.
But it's really on occasions. a lot of the stuff that comes out on Shea Bar is gossip and it's negative, and it's just very, very chatty patty kind of stuff. And you wouldn't expect that from a church. And the links to Potter's house, I can't remember. There was a lady that did a video on the links, but it's linked to like through his children or something like that, or someone's married to someone and someone owns that and this and that. But one of the things that one person did bring up is that I noticed that a lot of the news that was around at the time, there was some news about his family, and they were saying, well, if you post a lot of mainstream media news, you would expect this news that came out about your family to be up on there, and it just never got posted. And they've reached out to the Instagram account on Shea Borough, and the person that was responded was basically talking about how they weren't aware of this news, even though it was one of the biggest topics that was out at the time. And the person was like, why is this not on Shea Borough? And they went digging, and they found the links between TD Jakes and Shea Bar, and they're like, oh, maybe the reason Shade Room, sorry. And the reason for why it didn't come out was because of the fact that they were blocking that information because it's one of the founders, the children that's imploding it. So there's a lot of accusations.
Yeah, I heard he invested some money in it,
but ultimately, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good.
Yeah.
Ooh. What?
Let Kay say what she's gonna say.
Go on.
No, because the only reason why I was gonna say that is because obviously TD Jakes is Nigerian. Yeah.
Is he?
He is Nigerian. TD Jakes is Nigerian.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
TD Jakes is Nigerian. Check. Research that.
Okay.
TD Jakes is Nigerian.
So what does that mean?
Okay, so what's the
what I'm trying to say is that he's always shown that he is
a businessman.
Not a businessman. I'm trying to do the.
Oh, yep. He's an Igbo man.
I'm trying to do.
Hey, come on, Igbo Kwenu.
I'm trying to do the links here in regards to because the woman that owns Shade Room, she's Nigerian. She's Nigerian.
Yeah. So what? Like,
I'm talking about family connection, something like that. Obviously, that's
no,
what I'm
she
trying
goes to his church. That's the immediate
really?
connection.
Oh, she's in the US.
Yeah, she.
I thought she lives in Nigeria.
No, she's Nigerian.
Nigerian.
I heard she lived in Nigeria.
No, she's.
Oh, dang.
No, she goes to She goes to his church. So that was definitely where the initial link is. We don't know much more about it, so we're not going to spend too much time on it. But that's the word on the curb in it. So it's just interesting. Moving on.
Yes.
Yes.
What's next?
So, next thing on the list is Quavo. Quavo is going to be performing. Where's he performing again?
I think it's the Grammys. He's going to be having a performance with Maverick City, which is a
gospel.
They're a gospel group, and they are going to be performing with Quavo in a moving performance in tribute to Takeoff. Yes.
Yeah, man. I love that.
Yeah.
I actually love that.
I want to see what that looks like. The thing is, of course, complete respect to the dead and everything about that. The actual song that Quavo did, I didn't like.
That was terrible.
So it wasn't a great song, and I don't know.
Don't look at me like that.
I don't know which song this is.
Oh, you haven't heard the song?
No.
It was like the song that Quavo did to Take Off, but it wasn't a song that I'd want to hear again. It was obviously a beautiful tribute for him to his brother. Do you know what I mean? As a listener. Do you know what I mean? So,
look, let's call a spade a spade.
the song wasn't good.
The song wasn't great.
So it wasn't what Diddy did for Notorious B.I.G.
No,
Definitely was
no.
not that by any means.
It was not even close.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't even close. What do you know? Because I don't want to knock a man down.
But you're going in.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to knock a man down.
He really has.
Because
He's down.
No. Yes,
Down
no.
bad.
He's not down. Come
You
on, don't do
defo
that.
said Michael Jackson gave 100% and maxed
do you know
out.
what's mad? I can't believe no one said anything about that. But it's all right.
They
We didn't take that out. Anyway, what I'm trying to what I'm trying to say right now.
False accusation.
I don't know.
What I'm trying to say right now, yeah.
Yeah, go on.
What I'm trying to say right now, yeah. I'm not trying to knock him down because obviously his brother has died. What I'm trying to say is that, bro, we really felt the pain.
What, in the song?
No, I'm not letting this continue on. Let's move on, please.
We really felt the pain because the vocals were terrible.
Okay, let's move on. So, Lil Yachty has
Lord.
come out with a new album. The new album is called Let's Start Here, and it was very different to his usual sound. It's giving us Tame Impala. It's giving us alternative. It's giving us rock, a little rock vibe. And yeah, we completely moved from there. And he's trying different things. Let's get your opinion before I share mine.
I'm not gonna lie.
It was shit.
I heard one song here while Kesi was driving. I was like, damn, this is all right.
No.
Then wait, listen, let me finish. was like, damn, this is interesting. Okay, I like this. Downloaded it. Cool. One gym session. Yeah, I'm telling you, that whole album fucked up my whole gym session. Fuck that shit. That was the worst gym session I've ever had.
Let me tell you something.
Oh my goodness.
I've seen people talk shit before in my life, but I've never seen shit before people talking about this album.
I knew this guy was a black swan, but this guy is gone.
No,
even as a rock album,
yeah,
it's a disservice.
Look,
It's a disservice. Come on.
What's that country rapper? What's it called? That's got the sword on the side of his face.
Oh, what's it? Post Malone.
I thought Post Malone was bad. This was bad.
I can't lie, man. You guys need to stop out here just supporting people for the sake of supporting them.
Okay, what I will say is that there were a couple of songs
come
there
on,
that I
Kesi.
really enjoyed.
Oh, my
Pretty
God.
is my favorite.
Kesi.
Watch when he's wearing the
Pretty-
cowboy Air Force Ones. You will see.
Never mind. Pretty is my favorite song on the album. If anyone wants to go and listen to the album,
Don't.
I would definitely recommend listening to Pretty. I like that song very much. It's catered to me. Now, aside from that, I feel like it was very clear he was going to go in this direction because he had done some songs with Tame Impala. Do you know what I mean?
Don't look at me.
So it was not a surprise to me. I felt like there weren't enough songs there for me to say that I liked the album.
My goodness.
But it wasn't that bad. Like, it really wasn't that bad.
Are you in court right
I
now?
actually listened to this in the gym myself.
Look.
And I had a good time. I did my reps
No.
and sets.
Look, all I'm going
You're
to say,
telling me, because I know you like alternative and rock music too.
Yeah, I listen to Tame Impala, and so it's in line.
You're telling me this is in line.
It's absolutely in line with alternative
you know what?
music.
Let me tell you something,
100%.
yeah?
Come on, what are you talking about?
This was a poor attempt.
let me show you
No.
how...
When you say in line, do you mean in line with the genre, or are you saying was it
would
good?
would you be putting this in the category of that music and be saying, okay, cool, this rolls with this group? Or was
it
it a
rolls
poor
with
attempt?
it. No, it wasn't. It wasn't an attempt. I didn't take it as an attempt.
It felt
Sorry,
like
Your Honor.
It felt like a pantomime.
No, I disagree.
Look,
I disagree.
All I'm going to say
was
is,
a damn shame.
this is the type of music that Kesi will sit down right now. You see how she's holding the cardigan and she's tapping one foot just there listening. This album was a pack of ass.
It was terrible.
And but the thing is, what I would say, if this album hits is in the top 5 of whatever rating things, I will rate him.
No.
I'll
Don't
rate
do
him.
that. Don't do that because you know they put rubbish up there
No,
sometimes.
no,
You know they
100%,
do.
100%. But what I'm trying
Just
to say,
because someone tries something different.
no, that's it.
Feel free to say when someone flops.
No, 100%. But what I'm trying to say here, nobody in the scene, and there's a reason why nobody in the scene will ever do this. But I rate Lil Yoi because he does not give a
He
crap.
does what he wants.
He
Yes,
does what
that's
he
fine.
wants.
But you're even when you're doing what you want, someone's allowed to tell you that you've done crap.
No, 100%.
I'm gonna be that person to tell you.
But wait, let me just say one thing, yeah. Lil Yoi is a great artist.
Agreed.
I'm not gonna dispute that.
He's a
But
great.
he flopped on this one.
Oh,
I don't think so. But
no, I don't like it. I think it's a pack of ass.
I definitely think everyone
but-
was overdoing it with
Yeah,
the compliments.
facts.
Yeah,
I think everyone was overdoing it with the compliments a bit. It was a bit confusing.
Someone's telling me I'm stargazing as I'm listening to this music. Are you
Yeah.
okay?
People said they're
People were like,
floating.
oh, yeah.
Floating
It
where?
wasn't all of that.
Yeah.
Floating.
But I'm
where,
not gonna
bro?
lie. The first track I really enjoyed, and I really enjoyed Pretty. I did.
Lord have mercy. Okay.
I
Yeah,
did.
He no, for what he did what he did. No other artist is going to try something like this. The only person I can see probably try doing this is Lil Uzi
And
Vert.
it will do it well.
Speaking of Lil Uzi Vert, it brings me to Case's question of the day. We haven't done this in a while, but
Alright.
I would like to do that today.
Go
Okay.
for it.
So DJ Drama has
you saw that segue.
yes, thank you. DJ Drama has been. It was me. It was my segment.
Was that the that did the Lil Uzi Vert?
Oh, you did it intentionally.
Well, she didn't guess, so it doesn't work.
The-
No,
the-
continue, Kesi.
boy.
Doesn't count.
Anyway, so DJ Drama has been in the news recently because he gave an
I know
opinion.
my shine.
He gave an opinion. It was something of a hot take. And what he said was that, wait, why did you know that it was Lil Uzi Vert? I even wrote it in initials so that you guys wouldn't know what I'm
Love.
talking
What do
about.
you think? I thought it was.
You think I'm dumb?
I actually thought it was the album name. Love versus Eminem.
Okay. So basically,
Tobi.
what DJ Drama said, his hot take was that obviously Lil Uzi Vert and Meek Mill, they are both from
Philly.
Philadelphia. Yes. And he said that Lil Uzi Vert, I Just Want to Rock, bada yada yada,
That song.
has become
Nuts.
the new anthem of Philadelphia over Meek Mill's Dreams and Nightmares. Do you agree or disagree?
I agree.
I feel like it's about time for something to take over. I feel like this could be the song to take over.
I'm not gonna lie. That song by Meek Mill should have been gone 5 years ago.
Two songs can live at the same
No.
time. I'm sick and tired of Dreams and Nightmares. That anthem that people be singing, putting their arms on each other with their sweaty armpits. Sharp. That song needs to be left.
That song had its time because everyone was grafting.
I just want to rock.
Oh, we're still not grafting. We might need to go back to Dreams and Nightmares.
No. I think we all need to do
The hell?
this.
I understand, yeah. That Lil Uzi verse, I just want to rock. It's for this time. It's for this age.
100%.
It's a great song, and I can see it being the new song for people.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you, because this guy is someone that is similar to Lil Yachty. Yeah, this guy I know when he was in the studio. Man just heard the beat and went,
Damn. Damn.
Wow. And you know his head's bigger than his body. So when he was doing it, his head swole up. I'm like,
why do you have to describe people this way?
No, because you know what, yeah? Because they were at the Rock Nation thing, yeah? Because I should tell you the video, yeah?
What, with his little pocket watch?
No, he's
I
got his
love
pocket
it,
watch
mate.
and he says
I love
like this.
it. I absolutely love it.
I like it for him. I don't believe that Just Wanna Rock has overtaken Meek Mill's Dreams and Nightmares.
I do
Because when
sometimes.
you think about what Dreams and Nightmares is, I guess anyway, they're running two different races because TikTok didn't exist when Dreams and Nightmares came out.
Facts.
And similarly, Just Wanna Rock is not playing at the club.
How
It's
do you know
running
when's the last time you
TikTok.
went to the club?
It's been a minute, but any club that I go to, I know I'm not going to hear Just Wanna
Oh,
Rock.
no, but you're going to
I
hear this in
won't.
Ibiza.
I think you're.
I'm not going to Ibiza,
you're
my guy.
I just want to rock in the club now.
Anyway, in any case, I
no
don't
way.
know. I don't know if one has overtaken the other, but it's like saying that like Ice Spice Munch, which has a similar sort of impact, but not the same level
God forbid.
impact, and then you'll say that has overtaken Hot Nigga.
No,
So,
no,
but
no,
can I be real with you?
Yeah,
It's okay for that to happen because really and truly, we are now in a time.
It's a different time.
I feel like a lot of people like to stick to the idea of that when that song was out, it was big, and it's like now the song is not big.
Yeah,
It's perfectly fine for a new age song to come in
100%.
and be a new
the
anthem
song.
of this time.
Yeah,
100%.
that's fair.
Because 20 years down the line, it's not gonna be the
Yeah,
song anymore.
yeah.
100%, it'll be something new.
And really, no one knows the song Dreams and Nightmares past that first
Exactly.
100%.
introduction.
It's like,
Nobody knows
it's like
it.
Stay Scheming. No one wants to hear that right now. Let
No
it
one
be
wants
in
to
the
hear it
past.
right now, but we do know the whole song. But Dreams and Nightmares, we don't know.
Facts.
We don't know.
Yeah, no. There's
Even the
there's-
intro, we don't know.
There's
Wow.
people,
We don't know the
there's
words.
people that are there that will be singing it from
Sure,
beginning to end.
yes, say, yeah, I do. Sure, birds eye view.
Their mouth is smelling as well.
Yeah.
Hot.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it. That's what we got.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Should we get straight into the main
Yeah,
topic?
man.
Let's go.
All right, guys, we are here to talk about the meat
Meow, meow.
of today's episode. Okay, we
White
spoke
tea.
about it briefly, and we gave you
Yup.
a little hint with tables, trainers, and the title. But we are here to talk about the downfall of Nike.
Yeah,
Whether
man.
it exists, whether we're here, whether this is the
Is there a
season.
downfall?
Is there a downfall?
Or an up climb.
Exactly. But this is all stemming from the recent litigations, the recent
so
suing
Allegations.
allegations from Nike. Yeah,
Everything.
they are literally putting a pause on every bad deal.
Yep,
We spoke about BAPE a little earlier. I was going to say BAPE. We spoke about BAPE a little bit earlier. But some of the other brands who they have recently sued includes John Geiger, Fugazi, BAPE, Lululemon,
Lululemon.
Cool Kai, StockX, and also
And your
briefly
neighbours.
Cortez.
They've come from everybody's neck.
Every angle. I just want to
Everybody's
give a
neck.
bit of contact.
Hey!
Contact.
Call them.
I want to ring a little bit of context on the BAPE suit. So BAPE, because to be honest, we've been saying this for the longest. Why haven't they gone to get BAPE?
Yeah.
Why haven't they gone to? Because every single silhouette that they brought out, it was like this.
Air Force
It was
1,
like
Jordan
this.
1,
They literally
Donk,
Jordan
Air
1.
Force 1,
No, literally. They took
Jordan 1,
every-
Donk.
If they saw an iconic silhouette, they say, let's have it, let's have it.
Yoinks.
Let's have it, baby. Let's have it.
Yeah,
That's what
man.
BAPE was doing.
They're guilty.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
They're absolutely.
Oh!
100% guilty.
Oh,
Guilty
my
as well.
goodness.
You're going to jail.
Wait,
Jail. Jail.
What's that game where you're trying to find what's called the
Guess who? Cluedo.
Yeah, no, the game where you're trying to find the person that's killed that person.
Cluedo.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Mate, you're guilty as
You know-
charged perpetrator.
Remember that criminal? Yeah, that is it's a viral video of that criminal that wanted to stand up for himself in court with the dreads. But even though
And he was singing.
no, he wasn't singing, but he was just shouting like he wore a suit and everything. He had crazy Crazy Dreads. You don't remember that guy? Oh, I can't remember what he said, but there's something specific that he said, yeah. And everyone just looked at him like, yo, you know you're guilty.
You
man.
did this.
Everyone could just look at him just like, you are really guilty.
So what happened with BAPE is that Nike actually contacted them in 2009 and asked them and said, yo, we need to talk about this. You're moving mad,
bro.
yeah? And they said, ha, cute. And they continued to do what they were doing. Yeah, they did
I thought
continue.
they changed. No, they changed up slightly.
What did they change?
Okay, you remember that time when there was really, really clapped? They're probably still on the shelves, lost and found. There was really, really clapped Bapes that had a very, very disgusting shape.
Okay.
There's a pair of
Like
those.
dunks.
It wasn't like dunks. It still was like online with the Air Force Ones, but they changed the shape. So Bape did change the shape at some point,
Okay.
but it didn't sell. And that's when they came back with the Jones. And they
I
went
don't
back to
remember.
the
You
old
need to
style
check.
Bapes.
But
Don't
all
worry,
I'm
I'll
gonna
show
say,
you.
yeah, look,
show you. It was
ha ha, Eureka! I found out. That's why Nigo sold Bape. He knew the lawsuit was coming for his ass.
I gotta go.
He knew. He knew. He was like, if I want to afford these big chains again, I've got to release this.
I hear it. He said, look, something's on the horizon. He knew he did bad.
The chakras were shaking.
He knew he did bad. He said, something's on the horizon.
The chakras were shaking.
I was just reading to see like
Nah, Pharrell was like, you got to let that shit go.
what
man.
Nigo
Yeah, Nigo.
whatever had to say. I was like, am I being racist?
No, Nigo.
Just so used.
No, I can't believe they even
black.
allowed him to even call himself that. But
Yeah,
okay.
so yeah, I'm just trying to see like what he ever said about it, but he just kept on saying like I don't read the blogs, and it's annoying that people say that we've got.
Man said I'm blind to this shit.
Yeah, no, I can't see. I'm blind.
Oh, do you know what?
Blind.
He kept wearing those.
Blind.
He kept wearing those Louis Vuitton billionaire glasses and blacked it out.
To this at one
Oh
point.
yeah, where it was a bit roundy.
Yes, and it didn't sell.
It was hideous.
Time. Then they
That
flipped
reminds me of the Hispanic trainer that what's his name, Fabulous used to wear back in the day.
Which
Will you be my BAPE?
baby.
And he wore a bandana on his head.
Yeah, then they flipped it back to a normal silhouette because they were like, this is not going to work for us.
It cannot
So
work.
it did change, but they came back. This was in 2018,
That looks like an orthopedic shoe.
bro. So they knew what they were doing. They did try to go. They did try to do.
Yeah,
do
they still would have got
things.
sued for that.
No, I think they would have been. Look at this. Who's wearing
No.
this? Look at this.
Why is it so flat at the top?
There's a lot wrong with this.
Do you know what? I don't know. The shape reminds me of Psyduck.
Yeah, so they did try to change, and they said, "Nah, man, it's not working for us. So we got to go back."
We gotta go back, and we don't mind the lawsuit, guys. I'm not gonna lie, it's long, bruv. This
For Bape specifically,
Bape, out of
Specifically.
all the people that Nike have sued, yeah,
that's gonna be the easiest case. Open and
Bape.
shut.
I'm not gonna lie. There's one or two options right now:
Yeah.
foreclosure, or foreclosure, or Nike buys Bape
Yeah.
and uses them as an outlet.
I feel like
I'm telling you.
And the thing is, yeah, what scares me the most, yeah, is that like with Cortez, they allowed them to do a licensing agreement, so
Yeah.
that there isn't any issues there. They won't do that with Bape.
No, they're gonna do this.
No, of course not.
Because how are you gonna allow them to license it and have something that's exactly the same as yours?
No, they can't. They
will
can't. They
literally
can't let
just
it
bring
run.
this
No,
out
they,
and then put
100%.
the Bape star on there.
Nike
Yeah,
is
they
going
can't.
They
to
will do
put
that.
their middle finger up at Bape. I'm telling you.
and I don't blame them.
I don't.
I don't blame them.
That's the
because
most
I
egregious out
actually,
of them
so
all.
I was just reading into it. That's why I was so quiet. Yeah, back in 2009, Nike and Bape met up and they were
Yeah.
like, "Yo, you can't do this." Yeah, and Bape said, "Okay, say no more. What we will do as a compromise is that they will shut down their stores in the US.
Yeah.
So they shut down their stores in LA, in New York, whatever." And they put more of their focus on the Asian market, specifically China and Hong Kong.
Yeah.
So that's what they said that they were going to do.
Then they released an clothing.
And then they started selling online. Worldwide. You're very rude.
No, I'm not gonna
Nike
lie.
said, wait for me then.
There was a time when you couldn't get Bapes online at all.
yeah.
I tried. I
and
really tried.
that's probably why, because Nike said, but now let's have it.
I'm not gonna lie. When Babes first came out, yeah, they were like crack cocaine. They were like the luxury version of Air Force Ones.
Yeah, 100%.
They were like, this was it. The patent leather and the colorways were mad. Then Soldier Boy came.
Yep.
And it just
I got me some
amplified.
baby Yep.
Amplified.
Yep.
Then there was a point in time where you weren't really seeing them anymore.
And I think it was
that
that
was
moment.
that
Yeah, it
moment,
was
yeah.
that
And
moment.
then I feel like it's of recent now.
They
the young-
switched back. They
it's
switched
the,
script.
no, but the younger generation now, I feel like now, obviously, they're all into those
going back to the
kaleidoscope
old-
colors.
Yeah.
Now they've come back for vengeance, and guess what? Like I said, fuck
But
you.
I feel like this is because they went back to the old silhouettes. They noticed that what they had to do to change was not working.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Those shapes were not okay.
No,
Yeah.
I get it.
But then I guess even as we're saying that, and the fact that like BAPE kind of went back into what was working for them, really answers the next question I was going to ask, which is why is Nike on so much smoke recently? The way they did up John Geiger, they actually went.
They strapped him up by his
put him
collar.
against the wall.
No.
They said, "What's that about?"
There's
So
an
what do you
economic
think?
crisis.
Yeah. Okay. So you think that's what it's down to?
Lack
No,
of
no.
money.
I don't think it's lack of money. I think they've got an abundance of wealth, and that's why they can do all these lawsuits. They'll drag these out for years. They don't care. They got money.
Oh,
But they've
100%.
always had money. So why now?
Did you see what they went through over the past few years with shoes? Dunk specifically. They flooded the markets because they knew there was something coming. They said, we're going to come for you. Just wait for us to flood the
Just
market.
get that bread.
Make that money, and we're going to come for
So
you.
wait. So you think that they flooded the market so that they could afford to start these lawsuits?
Have they ever flooded the market like this before?
Toby's making
No.
a
Have they,
wild
let me be real.
accusation.
Let me be real. Have they ever flooded the markets like this before? Have
Yeah.
you ever seen anything
No,
like this before?
no,
in
but
your
I
lifetime?
don't think they did it
No,
so
no,
that
no,
they
no.
could get
I
the
don't-
bread
I don't
for
think that's
lawsuits.
the reason.
Do you know how much a lawsuit's gonna cost?
Say, guys, you need to save up. No, drop the pandas.
No,
we need the money.
no.
We need this.
Do you know what? Honestly,
Reserves ready.
I feel like right now, with trainers right now, it's like the best time. Like back in the days, obviously trainers were popping, but right now,
Right.
trainers are like crack cocaine. And what has happened is that BAPE, of recently, because they are now linked to like those niche markets like Jound and all these different brands,
Yeah.
especially when those great BAPEs came out, those white and grey ones, and Nike was watching it from the sidelines. They were like,
Yo, that could have been us.
no, it's not even that.
That
No,
could've been us.
they're taking our market share.
Yeah.
So Nike want to do this. All right,
Yeah.
man.
I definitely feel like to answer why so much now, I feel like Nike have.
Not Nike. Are they in trouble?
What do you mean?
I would have just called them Nike. Nike?
I don't know. I'm just trying to make sure I'm doing it. I'm
The
calling them by their
auntie
right name.
you've called them by their first name. Nike.
They're in a court case. They're gonna get their full name.
Oh,
Nike.
Nike.
I just feel like they're on smoke because I feel like they are obviously doing their thing. But I low-key feel like Nike aren't popping the way they used to pop.
No, at all.
As far as revenue goes, of course they're clearing everyone every time. Of course, when you release a Panda 7 times, of course, why wouldn't you
Of
be
course.
popping? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't think money's the problem. I feel like their credibility and their street cred
Is what they're trying
is
to
taking a
protect
hit.
now.
Yeah. So I feel like for them, it's like, no, you're buoying us now. Now they can afford to be prideful.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's why they're causing so much trouble because really and truly, like John Geiger wasn't doing anything to hurt anyone. No one was buying that shoe like that.
Facts.
So why? Why have you come out?
I guess
I get that. I get that.
because they've always had fakes. There's always been fakes around. So I think they probably had many cases here and there with all of the manufacturers that are creating fake shoes.
Yeah.
But I feel like there has been, it's not like it was before.
Yeah.
Where it was like, okay, people wore fake shoes, but it wasn't cool to wear fakes. But now fakes are not being called fakes anymore. They're being called customs
Or
and alternatives, and this and that. So yeah, so they're more in the mainstream now. It's it's no longer a back office thing where you're like, oh no, shush, you got a pair of fake shoes on.
Yeah.
It's now you can see this. What was the one in the chamber? Jordan ones.
Fugazi.
Yeah, the Fugazi
Yeah.
Jordan ones with the gun on the side
Yeah.
of the rover.
Yeah.
And this is a big shoe.
Yeah.
Like, it's no longer a back office hush thing. Because
Yeah.
I really think if that was what it was, they wouldn't have gone so hard on them.
Yeah.
And the same thing happened with John Geiger. This is an actual brand now, like what Prada did back then. when
Does
they
he still
did the-
sell his trainers?
I don't think you can sell them anymore. But it's like what Saint Laurent did back in the days when they brought out the bread and the royal
And the SL10s.
SL10s.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's like you're a big brand now.
Yeah.
Copying us. Like, come on, like you
Yeah.
can't do that. That can't
Yeah.
run. You know what I mean?
But
Yeah.
speaking of what I was saying about where they stand right now, yeah, where do you think, in terms of like their brand, so I'm talking about like credibility, whether the people them rate them or whatever, where do you think Nike stands now?
Nike's
Nike.
still up there.
Yeah, Nike. Do you know what? Nike will always have its credibility in regards to being that brand. Actually, they're still selling their trainers. John Geiger is still selling their trainers.
Oh man, okay, that's weird.
Those aren't the ones that.
That's
they're
not the one. Is it?
getting
Is
sued
it,
It
is it the
is.
Air Force looking
Oh,
one?
it
It is, yeah.
Rotted.
It is. Yeah, it is. Yep.
That's
Footwear.
crazy.
Yep, still there. Yep,
Oh, interesting.
it is. Look at that.
Unless
platypus.
the case is not over.
Boy, wherever.
Yeah, I don't think it's concluded. Okay.
Nike will always have the monopoly.
They've reached McDonald's status.
Yeah, 100%. But like Kesi said, I feel like it's definitely okay. Cool. This is our brand. Now, all these different brands that are trying to eat off us or trying to mimic us, we need to get them out of the way. Because what's happening right now is because of the way Nike is at the moment, a lot of people are now like, okay, this is getting a bit too much where I can't get the trainers that I want. Let me now look at other alternatives.
Yeah.
For example, if someone doesn't want to buy Air Force, they can go and buy a BAPE. Yeah. A BAPE is, to an extent, a better quality and higher quality of an Air Force One or the luxury Air Force One. Let me go down there. Or let me get a BAPE and Jound. Or let me go to another brand. I think they're trying to shut that off completely.
Okay.
They want the whole pie.
I really just think like it's down to excessive money right now. I can't lie. I feel like they just got money and they got time. I'm being deadly serious.
I feel like from a culture perspective, they're starting to go out a bit sad.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what I feel.
They're not popular like that anymore.
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like that is the driving force for all of this. I don't feel like they are trying to, get money back or, they're saving money so they can go in or whatever. Because like you said, they're like McDonald's now. They're up there. They're clear.
Yeah,
no one's
100%.
bothering them there.
Yeah.
But I feel like as far as how they're being regarded in the streets, I don't feel like...
They got the same recognition.
No, and I feel like other brands, like you said, I think
the
smaller brands are tending to take over. So imagine people looking at smaller brands, smaller, more niche brands, more streetwear brands, and they are copying my style. I have to sue you. I have to sue you because you're actually being disrespectful.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's what it is.
Surprisingly, what they do is that once they do sue you, they'll happily collaborate with you, Cortez. So, babe, you never know, they might collaborate with you once they take your money.
But again, I feel like even the reason why they collaborated with Cortez... anyway, I know we'll go to that in a little bit, yeah? But I feel like... No. Let me ask the next question. The next question I wanted to ask is... Do you feel like, I've clearly said yes, but do you feel like there has been a decline with Nike's brand in the last couple of years?
Oh, 100%.
Why do you think that
they did too much? They did too much between 2019 and 2022 where they suffocated us with the same trainer over and over again.
Yeah.
Till this day, Pandas come out every month. Yeah?
Yeah, literally.
Low Pandas come out every single month.
Air Force Ones comes out every single week.
No,
It's different.
That's different.
It's just got...
Air Force One is basically the trainer version of a white t-shirt.
Yep, agreed.
That's what it is.
It's not... Air Forces don't
It's an
drop.
essential.
Air Forces don't drop every month. They just restock.
Just
With
restock.
the Pandas, they make a big deal out of it. There's
It's
a countdown.
actually a drop.
It's a drop. It's a drop.
They tell you, save the date.
Yeah. It's a
That's
drop.
it.
It's a whole drop.
This one comes and goes. This is in and out. Yo-yo.
This is a forever collection.
Oh, 100%.
It's, what do they call it? It's like evergreen.
It's just essential. It's essential
it's
trainer.
essential.
But what they keep doing, in regards to the releases, I'm not going to lie. Even with the Jordan brand itself, I understand the whole history behind Jordan and stuff like that.
Yep.
But the retros, the mids, the constant releases, I'm not going to lie. At the age that I'm at right now...
You look disgusted.
I am not wearing a Jordan 5. I'm not wearing a 6.
You're not, but people still are.
Oh, no. Yeah, 100%. But even those trainers now, me looking at them now, I'm just like...
And by the way, your age, the braid has come out how many times?
Oh, in my time...
The grapes have come out 7 times. We're getting tired.
I'm not gonna lie.
Showing us the same thing and saying it's limited.
All
I know is I need to wait 3 years. We'll come back again.
I saw Sammy wearing the Jordan 5, the grapes, and I was like,
Lord have mercy,
you
this again?
You look like Will Smith. I was like, that is a retro.
Yeah,
a retro.
It's a retro. So all I'm seeing from Nike is rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat.
I feel like.
What have you brought out that's new?
Shall I tell you the issue with Nike? It's
The
like
Odells.
Nike. Whoa.
Gosh!
Nike doesn't have heavy hitters anymore.
They don't have no heavy hitters, and they're creative.
And I'm not too sure if it's a sneaker market or if it's just Nike specifically. But when was the last time they brought out a shoe that had crazy resale value?
That wasn't a collaboration.
Red Octobers.
Or that was a collaboration.
Just in general.
Red Octobers was
No, of course. If we're talking like crazy numbers.
It was the Travis Scott fragments, right?
Yeah, we're talking like still 1,000. We're not going all the way.
the Jordan 1 Dior's.
That was before Travis Scott fragments, wasn't it?
Nope.
I think Yeah, of course it was.
It was.
No.
Definitely was.
Fragments, Travis Scott fragments, the ones that just came
The
out
low
last
top,
year.
black, white, and blue ones.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right,
So
I thought you were talking about the high tops.
They've had numerous.
Just the fragments then.
Yeah, just fragments.
What are you talking about? The brown ones?
No, the white fragments came out first, then the low ones.
Are
high
they
and the lows.
Travis
They came-
Scott's or are they just fragments?
They're just fragments.
I swear, no, I swear. You
No,
brought
they are.
them-
They
They
are
are
Travis
They are
Scott.
Travis.
You know, you got the high
white
top
and
white
blue
with
ones.
the blue. That came out just before the low tops.
Yeah, but that's.
But it's all part of the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's all
that's it.
part of the
So
same
it's
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I
Turn
feel
your
like
laptop off, mate.
that's your laptop, not mine.
Oh, okay.
I feel like since then they've had Travis Scott's come out. They've had shoes which you will count as the shoe that should be doing numbers.
Yeah.
They haven't had a shoe in a long time that's doing numbers personally.
Yeah.
And I think ultimately, like you said, that goes to what Kesi was saying, that they are losing their
Street credibility.
Their street cred. If you get what I mean, like no one's really looking at them like, I've got a pair of Nikes on. You're the hot boy. You get what I mean? Like it's almost as if it's like Nike has contributed to their own demise.
100%.
You flooded the markets to the point where people got tired of seeing your shoe, or your shoe is no longer a shoe that stands out in the crowd because everyone in the crowd has that shoe.
Yeah.
And the thing is, as well, is like limited edition can only last for so long. If you're bringing out a drop every 2 weeks,
Yeah.
even if your shoe is limited edition, it's just one of the many thousands of limited edition
editions
trainers
that you have.
made.
I've got too many.
But also, I feel like what they've also neglected for a very long time, or what they haven't been able to do for a very long time, is bring out a general release shoe that captivates
actually fire.
people. And I
Yeah.
think that's a big problem because they focus a lot on the hype side.
Yep.
And hype comes and goes.
But
There's
it
gonna
goes.
It goes. Once it goes,
It's
goes.
gone.
It's
But
bad.
do you know what?
And it hasn't been a GR shoe that, because you know the GR shoe will keep it going until the next hype shoe came.
They're
So back-
definitely trying with the Vomeros, though. They're trying to make the Vomeros.
But that's
that
an old
trainer.
shoe that they're bringing
Yeah.
back once again. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
remember back in the days, where, for example, they can bring out the Jordans every now and then,
Mm.
right? But there'll be a break and they'll bring out the Roche Run, which was
Yeah.
brand
Yeah.
new.
Or like
there'll
the
be a break, or
270s.
they'll bring out the Vapor Max, which is
Yeah.
brand
Yep.
new. And it was
Yep.
like, this was innovation that people were like, okay, cool, this is general
Facts.
release shoe, which is like, okay, cool, let's just take the limelight. But then a Jordan will still drop.
Facts.
And they'll be like, oh, okay, this is
Shit,
the shoe
yeah.
to get
Facts.
this year. You get what I mean?
100%.
Holiday season,
me
you're going to
just-
The
get a
Flyknit
Jordan.
trainer.
Let
But
me
ever
just say
s-
one thing. When the Vapor Max came out, that was also their demise.
No,
it wasn't.
no,
It
no,
wasn't.
no,
It
it
wasn't.
wasn't. You're
It
just
wasn't.
saying that now because you're looking back, you know it's a dead shoe.
Shall I tell you how big the Vapor Max was? The Vapor Max took over from what the Ultra Boost was doing and cleared off the Ultra Boost.
I
Yeah.
bought my Vapor Maxes online,
Facts.
like resale. Like I bought them off eBay.
Facts.
I was
you did,
gassed.
yeah.
Facts. Like Nike has been able to do that in the past. They have been able to create new stuff, but look at the stuff that they're bringing out recently. Their GRs are terrible. They're
Pants.
shoddy shoes that no one really cares about.
Pants.
So everyone's always looking at the hype stuff, and they flood the markets with the hype. You can't have a hype shoe and flood the market with it. It doesn't
Yeah.
make sense. Something like this should have been stupidly limited. Like stupid. If this was
I hear
if
it.
this was 2013, 2012 times,
Yeah.
this thing will be like gold.
Yeah.
crack
You get what I
cocaine.
mean?
Agreed.
Like you can't be having your hype shoes out there and it being a situation where everything is now
Everyone
classed as
can
hype.
get
it.
Like
Agreed.
even what you guys said about the Pandas, the Pandas is a shoe which, for me personally, should have become a GR shoe, but you have treated it as if it's a drop because you can't do GR shoes anymore.
It's now blurred.
You get what I
Yeah.
mean?
Now
There's
blurred,
nothing.
yeah.
So I feel like that's contributed partly to the demise because you've taken away the pedestal and you just made it a level playing field.
Yep.
Like
Agreed.
I see a Travis Scott, and it might be slightly higher, but a Travis Scott to a Panda trying to get it is no difference.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So it's like I don't really see the clear distinction between what's a GR and what's your heavy hitters
Yeah,
anymore.
I hear it.
Yeah.
So it's their fault, to be honest. But I blame them.
Yeah.
It is their fault. That they have. There's not much I can really say.
I was gonna say, I think one thing as well is that the contrast between a hype trainer and this is essentially what you were saying, like the contrast between a hype trainer and the GR trainer was like night and day. So when the Virgil drop has finished, what we are left with is nothing, so much so that I'm forced to wait for another hype drop.
Rules.
Because I don't actually want to see what Nike have to offer on their own.
Yeah.
Because it's just not good enough. And even with what they did with the Dunk, which is technically their shoe, they made that, it started off as a hype thing that then turned into like a GR thing that
Yeah.
wasn't quite a GR thing. The
That-
way that they managed the Dunk,
That was
terrible.
bad.
It was
because
bad.
When they first released, everyone went for the dunks
Yep.
as if it was hotcakes.
yeah, which is fair.
And everyone ran to them. Yes, when they first released, everyone's like, not everyone was able to get them. The resale value was crazy.
Through the roof.
Then next month,
It wasn't a month. It was the year. I can't remember which year it was.
It was 2020.
It was after. It was when they stopped doing the puffy
No.
dunk.
Yeah.
The same year when I bought my black dunks, a few months later, another one released.
No, because what I'm trying to say, because that was the year that you got your the Brazils came out, right? Towards the end of that year where...
Yeah, Brazil's came summer 2020.
Exactly. So you had the Kentuckys that came out and the Syracuse came out that year. You had the
Off-white ones came out that
the
year.
Off-white ones
There was a
came
whole
out that
bunch of
year.
dunks that
And
came
there
out
was
this
the
year.
Ugly Duckling pack came out that year.
And
And
yeah.
that is where this should have just stopped. But I'm not sure what executive came into that boardroom and said, yo, this shoe is about to do a madness. Let's reduce the quality, turn it into a GR, but still call it a hyped shoe.
That was the problem.
That was where they went
That was
wrong.
the problem.
So
I don't even think they should have kept it. Sorry. I don't even think that they should have said that it shouldn't be a GR. I don't mind it being a GR.
But make it a GR.
But it's a GR then. Don't make it a GR that
Quality,
has limited
standards.
edition drops. Like with the grey, there was a grey low pair, like a fluorescent green low pair, and then the yellow ones that came out.
And that orange fluorescent.
Yeah, and it all came out as like drops. Why am I raffling for something, but then you want to make it a GR? Because
make sense.
what happens is then I will then see a dunk in stores and be like, oh, this is a dud then. Oh, no one wants to wear that one. Because it's in the stores.
Yeah.
And so that is how the dunks came and died. They started out bringing out colorways that were actually really nice, but no one was buying them because it felt less important than the ones that sell out all the time. So that was their mistake, I feel, especially as it comes to the dunks. I just feel like they just handled it so wrong, which is such a shame because it could have been a nice run, I feel. But
Yeah, it would have been one of their nice runs that they used to do back in the day.
and it could have lasted for a longer time, I feel.
It's tarnished their whole brand, though.
Do you know what? It's tarnished their whole brand. But what I was gonna say is that for somehow, Nike will find their way back. They'll find their way back.
Until they can find someone that can design shoes, once
Oh,
again,
100%.
then I don't see it
Because
for a very long time.
They did it with Kanye. They did it with Virgil. That's what I'm gonna say.
But
It's possible for them to come back.
I feel-
It's just like you said. They just need to find the right designer. But
they
But
can
those are collaborators.
yeah, they can always do a hype shoe. They can always do a collaboration shoe. They can always do that kind of stuff.
every time they've done a collaboration shoe, it has kind of like inflated Nike.
when was the last time you saw a collaboration shoe which you said, "Oh my gosh, I really love this shoe"?
It would have been the Travis Scott fragments.
Travis Scott fragments, right?
Yeah.
And how many collaboration shoes have come out since the Travis Scott fragments?
Not many.
Not many.
because-
But even outside of that, though, it's not necessarily about how good a collaboration is. That's fine. Once that drop is done and they've exhausted all the colors, as the olive one is coming out this
They're
whatever,
cold, by the way.
fine. Once that's all said and done, and everyone realizes, okay, these are coming out all the time, I'm good, right? And that dies out. Then what happens? Oh, we have to wait to collaborate with someone else before Nike can get themselves together.
I hear it.
It shouldn't be that way. It never used to be that way. You can't lean on a designer or a collaborator for your brand to be something.
Watch when that one executive comes to the room and say, "You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna bring out the mags."
Mate,
We're gonna do
that would be their downfall.
That
then.
is the end.
Do you know what? I think, like, I agree with both of you. What Nike have done, they've flooded the streets and they've just ruined the way things are. Because I'm looking at other brands, such as like New Balance as well. New Balance, to an extent, are doing the same thing, but it's not as feed the streets, everyone eats, and yeah, it's not the same as Nike.
Well, actually, I feel like they've definitely gone through the approach of they've treated every shoe like a general release. The only ones that haven't been treated like general releases were the limited edition collaborations.
Facts.
All the other
Like it
ones,
should be.
yeah, all the other trainers that came out,
Yep, like the Jones. The Jones
there hasn't
were
been
very
one.
limited.
Yeah, there hasn't been one New Balance actually on the New Balance website that was raffled.
No, it has been raffles.
On the New Balance
no,
website.
Sorry, not raffles. Sorry, it's been a queuing system. Not
on the
raffles.
yeah.
Yeah, queuing
sorry.
system's a bit different.
it's not
So
raffles,
and
yeah,
that
sorry.
was only for collaboration or high heat trainers.
like the
the
purple
thing
ones
that
I'm
made
wearing.
it popular was us. We saw it, we
Yeah.
liked it. We said, okay, this is gonna be hot.
Facts.
And that's
And
the way
that's
it's
it.
supposed to be.
That's the way it's supposed to be. There's
Yeah.
not been one trainer that's been like big drop, big drop, big drop from New Balance. They haven't done that unless it was a collaboration, and then the hype came on its own. I feel like
Nike
they're the ones
missed-
that have been
yeah.
doing right. Yeah, I
So-
feel like Nike missed a beat on that.
So based on that now, what brands right now, because I'll say this straight away, no brand at this moment in time is going to be able to take Nike's monopoly.
Yeah,
Yeah?
of course.
But what brands right now could be, because even though they have the monopoly, there's still space for the it brand. So even Nike is the monopoly. So, for example, even though McDonald's is still McDonald's, there's still Five Guys.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay, so there's still the hot brand.
There'll be
Yeah.
there'll be the hot brand. There'll be a hot brand, but
Yeah.
Nike is still there doing the Air Forces. You know you can always come to Nike.
Yeah.
So what brands right now, or what brands do you think could be the next it brands when it comes to trainers?
I feel like there's not going to be one brand that could do what Nike does. So it's too difficult to answer that question.
Sorry.
But I think as far as style goes, I feel like New Balance have it up there. I think not style, sorry. General trainers. I think New Balance have got it. They've got enough silhouettes that are comfort based.
Yeah.
They've got enough silhouettes that are fashion based, like the 550s. So I feel like they're covered on a general aspect. Then I feel
Asics?
like it's comfort, but they're still not there yet.
Yeah.
I feel like the other brands, all they can do is be aspects of Nike, but no one can be Nike on its own.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's
the brand
fine.
The brand's way
Yeah.
too big. Way too big.
That's what I feel anyway. But I wanted to ask a question around Cortez, yeah? Cortez, I don't know how to pronounce. That collaboration, who do you think is receiving
The winner in that situation.
Yeah, like who gains the most from it? Obviously, of course, Cortez is naturally a smaller brand, so naturally they will gain more by default. But in terms of from all aspects, so culture, not just revenue, not just popularity, because obviously Cortez will benefit the most from that, seeing as Nike's a much bigger brand. But as far as like all of the aspects available of what you can gain from a collaboration,
Nike.
who's gaining what?
Nike.
No,
Nike.
definitely Cortez.
In every contract or wherever it may be, someone's getting fucked over, regardless. In a sense that, for example, if I'm a big brand, and I'm coming to you, that's like a niche brand. In this contract, you're not gonna see it. Obviously, you're gonna have what you want, which is, let's say, this contract's being created. You're gonna get that 100K that you want.
Right.
But just know I'm making 10 million. Yeah? In this scenario right now, Nike's making the money.
Okay.
Yeah? Obviously, they've paid Cortez for obviously the collaboration that he's doing. Yeah? Nike is the one that's going to now get inside that cult culture that he's developed.
Oh, sorry. We're saying the same thing, by the way, just to say.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying that Cortez is the one that's losing.
Oh yeah. So Nike is the one that's entering that cult culture that Cortez has developed.
Yeah.
For Cortez, I don't think is going to yes, okay, there's going to be that recognition, which I believe he could have done by himself already, because he was already building that cult following. He built that cult following, and it grew from the time that he met Virgil, and Virgil put him on the map.
Right.
So I don't think Nike was going to do much more. I'm not going to say that Nike would hinder the brand, because it's not going to hinder the brand.
No.
But I don't think it's going to do much, especially with the design of the trainer as well. I don't think it's going to do much for him. It's just one of those ones like, yeah, bro, you did it with Nike.
Yeah,
That's it.
I definitely feel like as far as the benefits go for Cortez, it is kind of just like, wow, a brand like me managed to collab with a major brand like Nike.
That's it.
That inspired a lot of what a lot of people that like Cortez like, which is streetwear, trainers, Air Forces, Air Maxes, whatever.
Yeah.
So it's part of the heritage. So it makes sense for his story to collaborate with a brand like Nike.
Yeah.
Between the actual design and the fact that it's just the one trainer, obviously it could develop to be more, and that's cool.
Yeah.
But as far as the initial product, I feel like Nike really needed a brand like this to co-sign them.
Oh, 100%.
So that they can remain popular within that space.
That's it.
100%.
That's it.
100%.
Nike is the breadwinner in this whole situation.
I don't know if that's the right term.
That's definitely not the right time.
No?
Breadwinner is like,
Yeah.
They make the money for the
They make
house.
the money for the house.
Yeah. They're just a winner.
Yeah. They just won.
yeah. Okay. So,
Shoes dead though.
shoes too clapped. I'm not even going to lie.
Do you know what, yeah?
I want to know why they went with that choice.
Do you know? No. Like I said,
Childish, man.
looking at Cortez's brand, it makes total sense. It makes total sense.
Maybe
I
a
understand
black,
it.
like an all black.
The thing is,
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
because I can see if this gets to the ears that it may get to, I can see people saying, nah, it's cold. I'm not going to lie, because I'm about to put you on blast. I saw Boog's TikTok, about the shoe. He said it was cold. He said it was cool. Bro, that shoe was terrible.
Yeah,
it's a terrible shoe. I don't like it. I don't like there's so much he could have done with that trainer.
Yeah. I feel like the Air Max 95 is a silhouette that has so many layers to it.
Literally.
And there is certain stuff that shouldn't be done with that shoe. And there's certain stuff which I'm more than happy for you to do with that shoe. But I feel like what he could have really done was just taken because you had your premium Air Max 95s that were all leather, yeah? Those were done, some of those were done very tastefully, by the way.
Yeah.
I feel like this one here, it's almost as if, remember sometimes when people have a chance to do a collaboration, they're like, I'm going to do everything.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put everything on the shoe. Everything that's possible, I'm going to do
color.
it. Like, oh, yeah, I could do that. Yeah, I'm doing that no matter what. But when you're designing a shoe, I feel like you still got to remember that it's still got to be wearable.
Yeah.
The leather paneling for me was just weird. I feel the mesh that they put on the top was just weird. It reminds me of some of those Air Max 95s that sit in JD Sports. And even in JD Sports, they got some really good OGs that are just perfect.
100%.
But you got the opportunity to collaborate with Nike, and you just said, I want to do everything I possibly can, without actually sitting there and thinking, like, is this something which is actually going to be like 10 years down the line, and someone's looking at that and be like, yeah, you did your damn thing.
Yeah. I want to see more pictures and more thing. I want to understand it more.
You don't need to. The pictures are clear as...
No, I need to understand it more. I need to see product shots. Because from what I've seen...
Well, how much more is as clear as a clear day?
No, I want to see more because that's how I felt with the Tiffany Air Forces. When the first picture, I was like, "This is dead." When I saw the sneakers photos, I said, "Yeah,
no.
Anyway, where does Nike go from here? Is the next question. Where do they go from here?
They're gonna continue suing everyone, suing your neighbors, suing their dogs, suing their grandmas. Everybody's getting sued.
Where does Nike go from here? Nike. For me, until they get some new designers in their arsenal. Nike is going to continue to be the monopoly because Nike has tapped so many different industries. Like, even if, like, the fashion side of things, which is, like, where Cortez, Air Force and all that going to be, they've still got athletic and all that type of stuff. They've still got their like underground kind of brands and stuff like that. They've still got Nocta and all that stuff type of stuff. They're gonna continue doing that for a very long time. It's gonna be very mundane, very bland, but they'll still be popular until they get new people in their arsenal, and then there's this new fashion design or wherever it is, they're going to continue the same thing. It's going to be so bland. It's going to be so bland.
I feel like
it's just going to continue on this path.
Nike's going to continue to be Nike. I don't think there's going to be anything new anytime soon until, as you said, they get new designers.
Yeah, I feel like what Nike needs more than anything is, like Michael said, they need more designers that can come up with more silhouettes for the GR trainers. And I feel like they need to really refine and filter out their collaboration structure. Like right now, I feel like they're just down to collab with anybody, and that's cool. But then it's like, I won't see the need to buy this one if I know that one's coming out in the next couple of months. And so to retain hype, you need to keep things exclusive. And I just feel like Nike's just been a bit excited about including everyone.
A bit too excited.
And they really can go back to that old model. And it will work for everyone.
It will work. It's not to say Nike's going anywhere. Of course, they're going to be number one forever. But yeah, I guess for them, it's been like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But like, fix it. Please. Like, please soon. I hope. A last question to close off today. One collab with Nike. What's your prediction?
For this year?
Maybe not this year.
Oh, just one collaboration?
Upcoming, yeah. A collaboration that you see happening with Nike that hasn't already happened.
Do you know what? I don't know. Because right now, there is no brand for me right now that is out there like that, that I can see Nike doing a release with.
Yeah.
Every brand that they've done a release with has been a popular brand or has some sort of hype to who they are. So looking back, we're looking at Kanye, Sean Weatherspoon, Virgil, what's his name? Jerry Lorenzo.
I think you're talking about individuals, so that's
Yeah,
the thing.
that's a collab though.
But brands included as well.
Yeah, because they did the band with Jack Moose.
I'm going. Jack Moose. Jack Moose had their time, hence why the collab came.
Yeah.
Dior had their time. That's where the collab came. So it has to be a popular brand.
But there is popular brands out there. There's Loewe.
I couldn't see them.
But it's this.
I think Loewe is.
This is my issue right now. Is that I feel like it's too open.
Yeah,
and
it really could be any one of them.
Just target whoever's up next.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Whoever's popping at the time.
But that's what I'm saying.
Nike could reach out to them and say, "Let me do a collab."
Yeah.
And for me personally, it doesn't
That's
make any
part
sense.
of the problem.
Once again, the Jack Moose collaboration doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why the heck they do that?
I
Why you
wasn't
do this?
mad- I
Because they were
wasn't
popular.
Why?
Why? I wasn't mad at it, but
Do you
it
see
didn't
how
make
hideous
sense.
that shoe was?
But the tennis clothing was cold.
What the
It was cold.
The bralette that
I
was
liked
a string.
it. I liked it. I liked it.
They executed
Yeah,
the clothes
I
for sure,
liked
but
it.
I'm still sitting there thinking like,
Why?
You know
No,
what
I
mean? Like,
understand.
It's one of those ones where there's targeted brands which you can go and do that stuff with, but once again, you've done a collaboration with Dior. What, you're gonna go to Gucci next and all that kind of stuff? Is like, why?
They wouldn't do
couldn't-
Gucci.
I
Adidas
could
has
never-
already been
yeah.
there.
But that's the thing,
I could never see
Adidas and Gucci and Adidas and Balenciaga is like, why do you feel the need to have to go and do that when you used to do collaborations? It used to make sense. You used to do it with.
Are you saying Adidas and Gucci didn't make sense?
I like
That
it.
made sense.
No,
Yeah,
no, no,
no,
no,
it-
no,
the
no.
trainers made
Don't
sense.
get me wrong. I like what they produced. I still don't think it makes sense.
Oh, it made sense to me.
I still don't think it makes sense.
It
trainers
made
made
sense
sense.
to me for the simple fact that Gucci were working on a lot of tennis trainers. That was the Ace was their
Yeah,
thing.
the Ace.
And Adidas, their tennis trainers was what they collaborated on,
I
and
hear
the
that.
indoor trainers, and like their 70s, 80s archive type style.
Yeah.
That made sense.
Let me be real, yeah. My real issue with collaborations right now is that I feel like the definition of what collaborations used to be has changed quite a lot. I feel like collaborations for me was something where it was someone comes and it's like a customizer or someone that does something
Got
that
it.
is different to like it's an individual or a small niche brand coming in and being like, this is my take on it because my thing is the big thing right now.
Okay.
And seeing these high fashion brands collaborating with these sportswear brands, for me, it doesn't sit within that category. It's
Right.
very, very weird to me.
Right.
It's a very, very weird space. So this is why I'm saying that if I'm gonna see another high fashion brand collaborate with Nike, it doesn't fit into what I'm used to seeing. Like getting when you get like a niche brand like Cortez doing a collaboration with Nike makes sense. Individual design like Kanye West, Virgil Abloh, and all those kind of people doing a collaboration. Kim Jones doing a collaboration because Kim Jones done it by himself. He wasn't doing it with Dior or whoever he was at the time. It's just him by himself. I can understand that because it's them taking their own artistic take on it and doing
And
what they're
putting
doing.
it on,
but
yeah.
these Gucci and Adidas collabs and Adidas and Balenciaga is literally just them saying, "This is what we do. This is what we do. This
Let's
is
put it
one design
together,
from
yeah.
us. This is one design from us. Put it together."
Yeah, yeah.
It's just not what I'm used to seeing.
Yeah, I
So
feel that.
I'm kind of over it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So
Yeah, yeah.
I want it to be one actual collaboration is supposed to be like an artist coming
A
to
designer, coming to leave his
You get what
mark
I mean?
on. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
get it.
I hear that. I do feel like that's missing, and to be honest, there's no real way to predict something like that unless there's been somebody that's been on the come up doing bits, and I haven't seen anybody coming up and doing bits in a long time.
Yeah, I hear it.
IMO. But we'll leave you with that thought. I think it's safe to say we are at the end of today's episode. We
Yeah.
hope that you have enjoyed our debating in our new space, okay, our new permanent home. Yeah, I think that's it. Do we have anything else that we want to chat about before I start doing my rounding
Oh
up?
man, that's it, man.
Okay,
Goodbye,
wait. Okay, so thank you very much for tuning in. You know where to find us. It's Hype and Then Some on TikTok, on
Yep.
Twitter, on Instagram,
Yep.
on YouTube, on Soundcloud, on Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. You can find us all by the same way by searching Hype and Then Some.
Yep.
Do we have any other business, MBT?
No, this is Hype and Then Some. This is episode 1,
Two.
and we're out.
Peace.